like it's almost like a heartbreaking betrayal kind of feeling, because it's like, these idols, they appreciate fans and will almost view us as family. So it's like, will you knock out family,
Cool.
because they messed up? And we can insert Vin Diesel right here with family.
Something. Rather than congratulating them and saying, "Oh, this is a wonderful comeback. We're so proud of you."
Yep.
And that's just what I got triggered about.
You're a promoter that has access to everyone, past, present, and future in the K-pop industry. You have 5 spots to fill for your con that you're promoting, with a name for your con, and as well, tell us about the 5 acts that are performing from opener to closer.
Okay, so is this a podcast episode? What?
4.
This is 4?
Oh, we did 4 of these?
Wait, no, this is 5?
Or 6?
This is the next episode.
This is the next episode.
The next episode.
Thank you.
If I knew how to animate, I'd just throw the glasses on Thina right now.
Right.
So we have a couple topics, man. We're gonna talk about EXO.
First you gotta introduce
hold on. We got a couple topics.
Building up.
We're gonna talk about EXO. We're gonna talk about ENHYPEN, and we're gonna talk about some fun stuff. Before we get into that, though, we have Thina here.
What's up, y'all? Or what I'd say, sup, y'all. That's like so. I mean, that phrase has became so like subconscious to me now that I'll say it. And when I say it in real life, my friends and family make fun of me.
That's one of those things when you get like a phrase that you say, you can't say it.
I know. It's just cringy, or at least for me, whenever I hear it in person.
It almost feels like you're doing like self-advertisement or something for your channel.
Right.
Like just walk up to somebody, what's up, yeah?
Yeah, I can't say that word anymore. Like if I were to start my maid of honor speech, sup, y'all, everyone just
yeah. So today the Tune trial video went up and everybody was loving it. And some people said you were cheating. However, everybody loved the video. My wife was just like, "Hey, that would have been me." I would have just been rapid firing names, because when you're on that hot seat, I don't think people understand. Ooh. It's not as easy as like you know it.
Yeah, for sure. And I remember I was like on that time limit. I was like, "Can I guess?" And when you said yes, I was like, "Okay, blah 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 blah." I'm gonna use all my lifelines.
Good call.
Yes, maybe next time we might have to say, "Hey, you can get a Discord lifeline."
Yeah, right.
That'll be hilarious. That'll be hilarious.
Hold a friend.
Yes. Okay, but before we get into the questions, man, we had some questions for you, Thina. So, for as far as you go, I know your channel name is OGKPOPSTAN, and you talk about being a dancer. So, can you tell us about your time being a dancer?
So, after I graduated art school, I then started to become a dancer. I basically didn't really pursue my graphic design, considering like the pay. And but the thing is, like, I've always enjoyed dance. Mm-hmm. And at the time, I don't know if y'all remember America's Best Dance Crew on MTV.
Oh yeah. Big fans, super fans.
Oh yeah. So yeah, right. So that show being there kind of revived my interest in dance, and I started taking dance classes and just went from there.
Just out of curiosity, what was your favorite crew on that whole show?
Good question.
Come on now.
I have to say I Am Me, because of the fact that they are my crew. Like I'm literally in their crew.
Oh, for real?
Oh, sorry.
Wow.
That's
So if I didn't say I am me, if they saw this podcast, they would text and be like, "So you got something to say?"
Yo, that is crazy.
Yo.
1080p, that's your favorite group
Hell
too, right?
yeah.
Wow.
Like we,
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
Jabberwockies were cool, but when we saw I Am Me, it was just like, yo, they are the best crew on
I
the
was
show.
floored
Well,
every
I
time.
am looking this up.
I appreciate it. Like so before I Am Me, the crew name was called Marvelous Motion.
Okay.
So that's what I was in. And then they had like I mean, I guess talking K-pop wise, I Am Me is like the subunit that comes out of Marvelous Motion.
Oh, okay.
They specifically chose those specific dancers to win the show. They went prepared. So
That's dope.
That's crazy. I didn't know they were cool.
That's
before that.
crazy.
yeah, like actually, fun fact, I think they don't mind if I share this, but Marvelous Motion actually tried out for season 2 and didn't make it. So then they were like, all right, we got to rebrand. We got to figure out how to be like innovative, just bring something different to the show. So
That they did.
Man,
Man, that is crazy.
that's
awesome.
wild. That's awesome.
wild.
That's awesome.
So, so you went from dancing, right? So what was the point where you had to stop? Because I know you had got diagnosed with lupus at some point. So I'm not sure if you found out before, like you were heavy into the dancing, or if it was an after point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the year I guess you can say I officially retired from dancing was 2012
Okay.
because of think I needed to grow up. But also my body was just not dancing like it used to be. And it turns out it's because it was like lupus symptoms were starting to cook up and I didn't know. And it started to really advance in 2014 and I got officially diagnosed in the beginning of 2015. So yeah, it was like the lupus cooking up inside me that told me like you need to stop, because being in a dance crew, and at the time I was also an instructor, like I taught classes, that really takes a lot out of you. And I was also a school photographer. So just my schedule is all over the place. School photographers, early morning, being in the dance crew, we don't start practice until after classes. So that's like 9 p.m. until like 3 a.m. So
So when was like the first time that you noticed something was off?
I would notice that I couldn't keep up anymore. Like when it comes to dancing, and especially in a dance crew, you got to like match with the crew. And I noticed that my execution was always slowed. And I noticed that I wouldn't remember certain dance moves anymore. And usually with dance, it's a muscle memory thing. And when I realized I couldn't get that down, and even when I would try and choreograph a piece to teach my students, I got to a point where I just could not do anything. Like my brain just would not think. And I just thought that as like a sign of like, okay, Thina, like at the time, I think I was 20, in my late 20s. And I was like thinking, oh, Thina, you're going to be 30 soon at the time. So maybe you need to grow up.
Don't say that.
So that's how I masked things up, you know?
Right.
And that was 2012. So it was over a decade ago.
And so it feels like that the K-pop reactions, because you talk about the dancing a lot, and it feels like that fills the void a little bit of you not actually dancing currently. So where was the transition? Because I know you've been listening to K-pop for a long time. So when was the transition of when you decided to, you know, turn the camera on and say, hey, I'm gonna just take a crack at talking about the dancing and the choreography in these videos?
So as I think a lot of YouTube channels started opening because of the pandemic. That's really what started for me, because this month is actually my 3-year channel anniversary, like the end of the month. So so 3 years ago, I was like 4 months post seizure, because I had a grand mal seizure before the shutdown and everything.
So hold on, just not to cut you off. What like exactly is a grand mal seizure? Because
so, and I guess in layman's terms, the way I'd understand it's just a kind of seizure where your body shakes uncontrollably and you don't remember anything anymore.
Okay, I know what that is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the feeling that I had before that, it was just a lot of disorientation and I could not talk anymore. And then the next thing I knew, I was like, why am I in a hospital?
Oh, okay.
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 And that
And-
happened because of a lack of blood flow to my brain.
Mm.
So now I had to be on blood thinners for the rest of my life.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So that I understand that. So during the pandemic, you had this issue during the pandemic, the grandmother seizure.
Yes. And then with the pandemic happening and not being able to drive, I couldn't work. I had applied for disability. They denied me again, which I don't know why. But apparently they do that
Fortunately,
automatically because they want you to lawyer up and go to court and stuff.
Yeah.
And I couldn't go out. So I was like, what am I going to do to kill time? I can't do anything. So I was like, might as well catch up on something that's always made me happy. And I have always watched reaction channels for a long time. And I was like, I think maybe the best way, because Twitter is not the good place to find other K-pop people. So I was like, how about I just make reactions and see if anybody watches me? Because another fun fact, I guess you can say, I actually had tried to start a reaction channel in 2017. And I uploaded 4 reactions, but then my lupus started to advance again. So I just deleted those and I thought, maybe it's not for me. And then I tried again in 2020, and then it just went on from there. And I did not expect it to. I was like, yeah, this can be like a little fun thing before I like am approved to get a job.
Do you remember the 3 reactions you initially put up?
17's Manse, Hyuna, How's This? And I think it was Tiffany. And then I think the song was called Red Light. I forgot, or something.
I remember that. We checked that out.
Tiffany
a
from
long
Girls'
time.
Generation, right?
Yes. Yeah, so it was, I think there might have been one more, but those are the 3 that I remember. So, oh wait, no. NCT 127 Fire Truck, their debut. Like, that's how I discovered NCT 127. And when that came out, I was like, what is this? This shit is awesome.
So when was it that you realized, like, I think I got something with this channel here, and made you put a lot more energy into it?
I think it was really the people who were watching and commenting about their interest in K-pop versus just like, all the requests that I'm sure that y'all are familiar with, like react to this, react to that. Like the comments are like, oh, that's interesting about dance. You talking about the word musicality. So.
Yeah, that has to be an interesting perspective because, like, just to look at it from a dancer's point of view, that must add a lot, to people that are checking out your videos. I'm pretty sure they can appreciate that aspect.
Yeah, and I think that's something that I came to realize too, because of me being a dance for so long, and having dance experience, I would think that what I see is like what everyone else sees, and even like stretching wise, like my partner. He has a back issue sometimes because of like the whole disc issue. And then he would ask me what's a good stretch, and I would show one. He's like, "You act like I can do that," and I'm like, "Oh."
That's a stretch.
So like I would like bend my leg and be all done. I'm like, "Yeah, so this should do it." He's like, "Nah, that's not gonna do it for me."
Yeah. So it's so when you've been doing the reaction videos, there's been a couple of times where you've had to take breaks and things of that nature. So has a lot of it had to do with the lupus? Like, because I want people that's listening to understand like how it is dealing with it on a day-to-day basis, because most of us don't necessarily know anybody that has lupus. Like, I think the very first time I heard about it was like Lark Voorhees from Saved by the Bell. There was like picture of her. And I was just like, man, what happened to her? And then like a couple weeks later, they put a picture up and she looked normal. Like nothing happened again. And she was saying like, yeah, I have lupus. The sun like messes with my skin. And I was just like, never heard of it. And then I think Trick Daddy came out and said he had lupus. And I was like, that's 2 times I heard it. And then Nick Cannon came out and talked about how every morning he wakes up, he feels completely weak and he forces himself to work out. Mind you, Nick Cannon has like 10 jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, so I think people don't look at it because like people tease Nick Cannon and stuff like that. And I don't know if people understand, how it is dealing with lupus when you're doing something that requires you to kind of be on. Like when you're doing your channel, you can't be tired while you're doing reaction videos. You have to be into it. You have to be able to pay attention. You have to be able to listen. You know what I mean? and lupus seems like it kind of fights those things.
Yeah, for sure. So like,
so I don't know if you can kind of explain to the people like how it is, like, you know, trying to keep up with everything. There's 10 videos a week at least that people want you to do.
yep, at minimums. Well, with lupus is different for everyone. Like some it'll affect the skin. For me, it affects my kidneys. So any amount of stress will flare up anything. So every day will just depend on how I slept and how I am mentally, especially.
Wow.
So like if I have anything bothering me, whether it's a comment or something in my life, I cannot film. Because then you can totally feel it or see it.
Right. So and man, that's the other thing about K-pop reactions, right? Because it's like we check out the art, and you know, like just for us, like just to put us on Front Street, we did Monster, and we did some critiques of the performances, and we didn't love all of them, right? Like me personally, I thought Asa was the best out of everybody, and I said like I thought Ruka kind of looked like an imitation rapper, and people got so mad. I was just like,
wow.
oh, y'all asked for our critiques. Like, this is my critique. But, you know, we watched the show, the evaluation, the last evaluation.
Yeah.
And our thoughts change. And we have content in multiple places, just like you do. And people don't get to see all of it. And this is your first time. We got to always say, this is your first time checking this stuff out. This is your honest take on it. And people get so angry. And obviously, this affects everybody. But it seems like it affects you a lot more, and it's not something that you can necessarily control, because you know what I mean? If you see a negative comment, because we all get them.
Yeah.
And it's like you feel it more than like, because it always hurts to see it, because it's like somebody docking your credibility, right? You get on there, you turn the camera on, and you're just saying what you think. You know, you're a regular person just like everybody else. And then you just to see those comments, hey, you need to stop, you need to quit. You know, it's a rough time, and I don't think people like, and I'm not saying people could cut us slack and not say negative stuff in the comments.
Not at all.
But at the same time, cut some slack and stop saying
Me, it's like I wish people would learn the fine line between constructive feedback and respect. A lot of people don't know that. Like with my Baby Monster reaction, I guess I didn't say something that somebody wanted to hear. And they were like, yeah, this girl does not have a musical ear. I was like, wow, I already got musically diagnosed.
Wow.
That's so, I'm not even gonna get into that.
Exactly.
No, same. Because like the comments went even further, and I was like, nah, I can't waste my energy.
Yeah, because I think I had actually scrolled through, because I know somebody had said something along the lines of like, your diagnosis of their dancing ability was off. And I was just like, how are you going to tell somebody? I'm pretty sure the person typing this is like at Dairy Queen right now.
Right, or in bed.
Like, never danced in their life, never like sung a song or anything. And then they're telling you don't know what you're talking about because you didn't big up their fave in the way that they wanted you to.
Yes. And even this person actually deleted their comment, which I was like, damn it, I didn't get a screenshot. But on my Stray Kids S-Class reaction, they were upset that I didn't overreact to Seungmin's part, which I'm like, wait, I said Seungmin's name like 3 times. I think it's because they were like wanting me to react a certain way. And they were like, I did not like this reaction. Her face was ass.
Yeah.
That's open up a can.
We've got
the ENHYPEN movie thing.
Yeah, we got more than that.
Well, y'all know.
Wait, what do you mean?
Oh well, in ENHYPEN, we were invested in the video, the storyline, the concept trailer, and you know when you're watching something, you're paying attention, you're zoned in. So just because our faces didn't look like, when you're watching a movie, you're just interested, like, oh man,
yeah,
like you're just kind of looking at it. That's how we were looking at it, and they said that we looked dead and bored during our reaction. You know,
I remember that.
But by the end of our reaction, we were praising the members, saying like, "Yo, their acting chops is really good. We can see them in movies and everything like that." But you know, they don't ever stay to that point.
Yeah, right. Because I mean, I noticed that the most watched part of a video is literally just a reaction. They don't listen to everything else after.
Yes.
Yeah, they kill me with that. The whole, it's like, come on, it's pretty clear you didn't stay to the end of the video. And you can usually tell from the comments because you might have said something at the end. Like you said Sigmund's name a couple of times in the Stray Kids reaction. I'm pretty sure some of that was like after the video, but you look at your analytics and they skip to right where the music video starts and they stop watching when the music video ends. So if you didn't say it in that square, you didn't say it.
It don't mean nothing.
Exactly. Yeah, like I was sad that they deleted their comment because I was ready to print out Donkey from Shrek and I was going to put it over my face in my next reaction because I like to troll. It is funny to me.
It is fun.
It is fun to do some trades on.
Well, I know we ain't focused on like the negative comments, but let's get back to that pandemic period. What was the comments that kept you wanting to put out the content? Like, what was the response that you're like, oh, well, I can actually like, you know, keep doing this? Like, what encouraged you to keep on making your content?
I think it's the comments that reached out to me about me versus just K-pop. Like they seem to be interested in who I am as a person.
Nice.
Because I didn't want to just, you know, I don't want to sound cliche. I don't want to be like just another K-pop reaction channel that overreacts, you know, like,
right.
I want to put myself into it too.
Right. And that's kind of why we wanted to start doing the interviews with K-pop reactors, because I don't feel like we get enough chances to talk and let people know about us. Because it always just feels like, hey, react to this. I don't care about you. I don't want to hear anything.
I care about your feelings on it.
I just want to make sure you have the same reaction I did. And if you don't, you suck.
Yep.
So just for people to get a chance to hear, you know, you talk about yourself and like, you know, what interests you aside from, because you are more than just a K-pop reactor. You're an individual with likes and dreams and aspirations. And it's good to see that so far people have been liking hearing what reactors have to say outside of just the reaction.
Yeah, for sure. And like, I think the ones that really made me feel like, I think I should continue and not let hate comments get to me are people who send me like private DMs and telling me their own experience with chronic illness.
Okay.
And or like their mental health and stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'm making people feel less alone. So I'm gonna continue this.
That's powerful. I love that.
Yeah, when you do
the worst thing you can feel is alone.
Right.
Isolation.
When you do your videos, man, I love the way you do your intro, right? Because you do your intro, you pause the video, and you have the computer generated OGKPOPSTAN.
That is dope.
And then you talk, and then you do your cut, and you do the, you know, shout out to my Captain Jack Sparrows, and then you have that clip that I love from the first Pirates of the Caribbean, where
that's supposed to be the best pirate I've ever seen.
yeah.
I actually had to edit his voice too because I was like, I'm not gonna get hit with copyright.
There
you go. Yes.
What made you come up with the that name for your fandom for your Patreon?
Well, I've always just been into pirates since I was little.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know what it was. Maybe it's because of the ride at Disneyland. And then the movies itself, like, just was really big for me.
I love the Pirates movie.
And then I just thought, how am I going to tier this? So I just thought pirates is the way to go.
Yes, I'm in.
Oh, y'all asked some deep questions. I was going to ask what's your favorite song to clean the refrigerator to. That's appropriate for this setting. So I ask you this: how important is music or K-pop in your everyday life? I know people see us when we're reacting on the screen, but how do you consume it outside the screen? How is it important to you?
It's just something that I've been familiar with since I was 15, and what turned me to K-pop was the fact that I was always bullied and I felt so alone. And there's just something about K-pop that makes you feel less alone. So I think it's just like the comfort that I get from it since I was 15 until like almost 40.
I'm up there too.
Day over 21, girl.
We don't need a count after 21, so.
There we go.
Hear that? You just turn the clock off.
There we go.
Yeah.
It's just my birthday. I didn't change age yet.
Right.
I feel like COVID, you know, we didn't age during COVID.
You sure didn't. It was like pause.
That was deep. I feel this interview is deep, man. I feel that, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, I tend to talk about like pretty in-depth stuff with K-pop too, like a lot of the lyrics. A lot of the lyrics can definitely be something that's relatable that can apply to my life.
Awesome.
So I think that's another reason why I'm so into K-pop.
Yeah, easily.
Something about like it being like, I don't fully understand Korean, but the fact that I feel them, I don't know if that makes any sense.
No, yeah, it makes perfect
come on.
sense.
1000%.
It feels like that connection is even more stronger. So
I think I mentioned that when we went to the NMIX concert to 1080p. It's just
how was that?
it was
Delicious.
amazing. Kyujin is incredible. I'll just say that she is just everybody is great. And
As they should.
Disclaimer.
everybody is great. Everybody impressed me more than going in. But however, Kyujin is like 1080p can attest.
Yes.
Kyujin is just incredible. Her energy and her vocals live. Lily was showing out too, because when you go to K-pop concerts, it's not too often that people sing something different. Like when you go to a Beyonce concert, right? She's gonna sing the song different every show. She's not gonna hit it the same as she did in the original song.
Right.
She's gonna change some notes around.
Yeah.
Every K-pop concert we've been to so far, everybody tends to sing it exactly how the song is sung. Like Mamamoo, they didn't really deviate, and I know they can.
Yeah.
But Lily was not. She was like, "Look, I'm changing these notes. And y'all got to deal with it. I'm gonna really sing this stuff because I want y'all to know I got some versatility here."
Right.
And it was just a lot of fun.
I love that. I think that shows passion.
Yes.
Right.
Like, and
you
it
don't see
shows
that
them wanting to make the fans happy, to give something to hype up to.
Yes.
Right. But what I was saying is that when we were there, I was just like, out of all the genres of music, K-pop is probably the most welcoming, right? Because everything else, there's like an aesthetic to it, right?
Or like a barrier.
There's barriers to everything, right? So if you kind of went to a hip hop concert dressed a certain way, people were kind of give you the side eye.
You know what I'm
saying? If you go to a rock concert dressed like a hip hop person, you're gonna get the side eye.
No leather or nothing.
Yeah. You go to a country concert,
You need your boots.
Yeah, you gotta have
you need your hat.
You need your hat, right?
Yeah.
But in K-pop, it really is kind of like come as you are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, you actually make a good point there. Like, I think the thing that a lot of the fans really look forward to is how they're going to dress.
Yes.
So.
Right.
She feels me like I have Twice coming up, and I'm like, who do I want to inspire after this time?
That's dope.
Oh, so you're going to the Twice concert?
Yes, that'll be June 26th in Houston. So, and I have my light stick. Where is it?
You got the new one?
Bring out the merch.
Oh,
Yes.
Wait, can you see it?
It looks like a makeup mirror.
It does look like a makeup mirror, but I got a light stick. Shout out to Harold for sending this to me, subscriber.
Nice,
dope.
nice.
Yeah, super nice.
Damn White candy. So I had ordered it, right? And then soon as K-pop store called me and was like, "Yeah, we got it in," I went to Instagram and I saw the picture of the brand new one they had just put up for pre-order. So I called K-pop. Yeah, I'm canceling that one. I'm gonna go ahead and pre-order the new one. But he was just like, "Yeah, we ain't getting that for a while." And then life happened and bills and stuff. So it's like, I gotta put it on hold. I will get it at some point though.
I feel you. Like, it's like as if K-pop doesn't move fast enough, K-pop merch moves faster. So,
oh my gosh, you ain't lying.
I don't know how that happens.
Express.
It outruns you.
Right?
Yes.
You be looking at all the new stuff coming out and you look at your bank account like, these two ain't matching.
Nope. nope. Yeah, they'll be like, why didn't you go to this person's concert, that person's concert? I'm like, taxes. That's why.
Exactly.
I know that's right. You guys had?
No, that's all I have for me.
This is deep, y'all. I'm just kind of in like I don't know. I feel like I need some Dame's glasses or something, just because I only have bad questions. But I was going to say, how has K-pop reacting increase your production skills?
Okay.
It's what I'm really grateful for is the fact that making reactions have made my speech better, because 4 months post seizure, my brain would think faster than I'd speak, so I'd like just totally forget what I'd say. Like my Blackpink reaction being the first one, I actually had a script on the side to remember what to say, besides reacting. But versus now, it's definitely helped me a lot with slowing down, and also learning how to open my mind even more to other perspectives. Like even things that used to make me upset, I would just be like, I would remind myself that I don't know other people's shoes or perspectives. So try to not be too emotional.
Yeah. No, that's a great point, because I'm thinking we were talking about that the other day, how like I think just doing all this YouTube stuff has just made I hated speech. I was never but for some reason I've gotten more comfortable with my statements when it comes to YouTube and everything like that, because before I'll be like, yeah,
I just video.
You go back and watch our first podcast.
4 years ago.
I'll be like, I thought that was we stuttering and everything.
Oh my god!
So doing this has really improved like every step of me, just my stage presence. Like I feel like if I was able to get up in front of a class now, I'll be actually more comfortable.
1000%.
Because we got views on like 500K views on one video. That means
look at the numbers.
500,000 people have seen me.
Don't say that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
right. And the fact that you're like, I've gotten past certain hate comments, so I think I can take y'all on in person. So
exactly.
Oh man, I would say for me, because I'm a member of the Shy Guy community, I would say that this is absolutely kind of helped break me. I'm still in the shell. Don't get it twisted. The shell is cracked a little bit.
I was about to ask you to do a dance challenge right now.
You got to prepare.
I'm kidding.
I'm about to say disco.
What were you saying?
But I would say like this has kind of helped with my inner shell, because I'm very antisocial. Shout out to not talking. You feel me? But I would say reacting kind of help bring you out your shell a little bit and talk more, because our opinions after we say this out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This word, I can't bring it back, right? So it's really kind of helped with just kind of getting more comfortable. Because even going back at our old videos, I used to be so nervous. And even though I've been doing oh my gosh. I can feel the sweat building. I'm thinking about sweat. It was about to start coming down.
You know what I think it is? It's that fact when you first doing it, you're thinking about how you look. You're like thinking about, am I postured right?
Right.
Did I say something right?
Oh yeah, you're so right.
You're constantly thinking about that. But now we do it in such a point where it's just like, we record.
Yeah, it's so natural.
It's natural. So that's the versus the first time, that them first days, you're just like, man, I hope I look right. I hope I said this right.
Yeah.
I got armpit sweat under my arm. You know what I'm saying? This is like a TED Talk low key, dog. Like,
hey, I'm all for TED Talk, like K-pop TED Talk, whatever you want to call it.
K-Tip.
It's reactions have also helped me a lot with not cussing anymore. Like my family's like, what happened to you? I'm like, I guess I detoxed verbally.
You need to start doing reactions.
Yeah, because
so I can stop cussing.
Yeah, no, it actually oddly has, because of the fact that I'm thinking, what if like somebody like my niece is watching me. You know, I don't want them to see me saying certain stuff, you know.
I could watch myself sometime. I'll be thinking about that too. Yeah.
So it's helped me with that. And yeah, just definitely, I mean, I agree. It's just helped me become much more comfortable with being social.
That's good.
And I know it's like y'all ask me questions, but I hope you don't mind me asking y'all a question.
Oh,
Wait, hold on. Wait, hey, that was that wasn't on the script that Dave said. Okay.
So no, wait, now I'm playing.
Oh, there we go.
Y'all ever go to K-pop concerts? Do people recognize y'all, and how do y'all react to that?
Actually, there's I forget his name. The guy that's always talking to you. This is our third time seeing him now. We saw him at the Mamamoo concert.
Yeah, I forgot his name. No, you're good. Just leave it.
But yeah, I mean, the first time it was kind of weird. I think Bang Bang was just like, did somebody just say Bang Bang?
Oh yeah, weird.
But I'll never forget the first time was me and Dame at the Blackpink concert.
Shout out.
And we were just walking, and somebody in the car was just like,
yeah.
And Dame was just like, bro.
Yeah, I was on the phone with you. Yeah, because I was just walking to the venue because we drove separate, and I'm walking up to the venue, and the car's rolling by, and somebody's looking out the window like, and I'm like, bro, I think somebody just recognized me.
Yeah.
And even while we were there, people were kind of just like looking at us like,
yeah.
oh,
So
man.
it's weird. The first time they're just studying you,
Is it looking?
and they're like, is that them? So it's like first it's the study, and then you give the wink like, hey, what's up? And they're like, oh my gosh, it's them, you know? But
Some people weren't sure until we went live.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah,
That too.
that
Especially at the Super M concert. Because
Ooh,
I think
that was
that's
dope.
when people were just
And
like,
y'all saw Super M.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, we did.
so when that one, everybody was coming up. One like I think the most oddest time was when they wanted a picture.
Oh, you see,
And that was like,
yeah.
you want a picture with me?
I'm just a regular guy.
You know? But
I think that's so cute that they want a
amazing,
picture with
though.
y'all.
It's really cool. I mean, I love that experience. Just not just because they seen us, but we even got to like some real cool talks with people.
Oh yeah,
Just talking about what we like, merch, and all that kind of stuff.
At least for those that aren't scared to talk, because some people will leave us comments like, "I saw you at the concert.
All
I didn't
the
want to
time.
come talk though."
Yeah, I know.
Have you ever got recognized at a concert?
Yeah, actually, I have. The first concert that I was able to go to again was G Idol's concert last year. But unfortunately, I had to go there on a knee scooter because I had fractured my foot the month before. But I was like, I'm going to go because
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm not going to miss G Idol. So I even called the venue ahead of time, like, are y'all going to assist me and shit? So I remember somebody was like, OGKPOPSTAN. And I was like, turn around, I was like, oh shit. And I was like really shy. And I was like, how did you know it was me? And they're like, you wrote that you're on a knee scooter because your fractured foot. And I was like, oh wait, I am the only one going around on a knee scooter, so I guess that's a giveaway.
Love it.
That's great.
But I think like the one that really made me like just feel so humbled was whenever I was being assisted, and it's in the dark in the arena. And the guy that was helping me, he was like talking, and then he had said something, and I was like, oh no, that's cool. Then all of a sudden he turns with his eyes all open. He's like, oh wait, are you Thina? And he recognized me because of my voice. And I was like, oh wow, that's like my little aerial moment there, being recognized by my voice.
Yeah, I think one of those moments. Excuse me, are you on PRC?
Oh yes.
and then I had an experience at a Wendy's drive-through.
Beautiful.
I was getting some food. This was like 3 years ago, and I get to the drive-through, and I reached to give my card, and she's just like, "Excuse me, are you Ambitious Ace?"
Oh my god!
And I was just like, "Yeah." Oh my god, I love your channel. And I'm just like, oh, thanks.
Damn, no, seriously, of all places, Wendy's, so that's like not only awesome for you, but also for K-pop too. Like, this shows how big it is.
Yeah, most def.
Absolutely. Out of curiosity, have you seen Twice before?
No, this would be my first time. So
enjoy it.
Probably cry.
You are going to be in for a treat.
Yes.
That was 1080p's first concert.
Yeah.
And she had
How did you like it?
I absolutely loved it. No one can compare at this point.
Ooh,
they set the
okay.
bar that high.
Nice. Do you have a bias of Twice?
Right now, it's Geo.
Yeah. I like how every person who listens to Twice, they always say right now because we tend to switch. We do tend to switch our favorites in Twice.
Yes. I don't
That's just their effect.
You know, yeah.
I've been team Chaeyoung from the jump. It's only the only thing is Chaeyoung and then Geo and then Dion. Other than that, everybody else slowly rotates around.
It's always a fight
it's
between.
Always them three for me.
For me, it's always a fight between Nayeon, Momo, and Geo. It's always a fight.
Interesting. Mine says Nayeon, Momo, and Sana. But now Geo, she's starting to come up, and people are telling me that she has a possible solo coming up. So I wouldn't be surprised if she like came through and knocked everyone else out. So
it's gonna be scary.
Yeah,
I'm scared.
I'm looking forward.
I'm so scared, but ready.
Oh, I just noticed one of your necklaces was the Pirates of the Caribbean logo.
Oh yeah. So this is, I mean, I don't mean to be like a pirate nerd right now, but this is a medallion from the first movie.
Oh, okay.
Go this way. Yeah.
And
then this is the Calypso necklace.
Oh, good.
And then this is just the
logo.
Pirates in general.
Nice.
And then here is the Mandalorian because I do have a Star Wars.
Oh,
that's dope. Senator P, did you have any questions?
Oh no, I didn't prepare for that.
Okay. So
I was just here for the info.
Before we get to the topics, I always forget to write it on the list.
Oh yeah.
Is there a reaction that you guys have checked out for the month of May?
No, that we have done.
That we have recorded.
Right.
Or you have recorded, Thina, that you've seen for the month of May that you may have changed your mind on, like afterwards, where maybe you didn't like it as much, but you changed your mind. I know Ace has some repenting to do.
For what? Oh, LE SSERAFIM.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah. I talked about it on Patreon, so yeah, I didn't talk about it.
Yeah, people
here.
didn't see it. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I didn't all the way love Unforgiven at first. Like I enjoyed it. It just didn't strike me at first. But what I said on my dance practice, I did a reaction to the dance practice and a performance video. And once I saw the choreo more than the music video, I vibed with the song more, if that makes sense. Because I don't know, it was just something about the video that just distracted me from like enjoying the song because I'm trying to pay attention to everything. But once I saw the choreo, I was just like, okay, yeah, this is hit with me. So definitely LE SSERAFIM Unforgiven. You know, my thoughts have really escalated since our first reaction.
Interesting.
For me,
go ahead.
What about y'all?
Oh no, so for me, I don't really have anything. Most of my stuff has stayed pretty consistent.
Yeah,
I'll just say that aespa Spicy, I like it even more now than I did the first time, and I already enjoyed it. So I like the song a lot more. It feels better in the car to me. Like I may not have been over the moon about the music video, but I do think the song is dope. And in the car, it just feels really good.
I'll give a quick update on that. I'm still in the middle with that one. But when we checked out It's Live, I like the live version more than the studio version. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I feel the same, but too. I didn't put up my reaction yet because I didn't have time to edit it. But I did see the song in the video, and when I watched it, I was like, "Oh, it's cool." But then when I listened to it on headphones, I was like, "Wait, this is a different experience." So
yeah, nothing, bang bang.
Oh yeah, no, I like everything. You know what I'm saying? I would say aespa has been pretty much like kind of growing on me a lot more too as well. So we're just waiting on you, Ace.
I mean, for me, I don't know. I don't think this reaction was in May, but I know it was recent. It was IVE's Kitsch and I Am. Like when I first reacted to it, I was like, it's pretty cool. Like it's IVE trademark, you know? But I didn't think I would listen to it after because I will admit that there are reactions that I don't listen to the song after. Like I give appreciation to it because art is subjective, you know? But I don't listen to it after. Versus when I heard it again, I was like, man, I actually really like these two songs. And the more I listened to, more I liked it. So I definitely have to say IVE's Kitsch and I Am.
Nice.
Thina's reaction to Shung from Taeyeon.
Oh, I'll check that out. I love that reaction.
Slide shit. I was like, what the Wow. That was
And that's
too dope.
your perspective on it was really cool too, because of like, just how you had just talked about how you said this was just so him and just everything like that. Like, I really loved your take on it. That was such a great reaction.
Thanks. Yeah, like I supported Big Bang since their documentary days. Like they had a thing like how Baby Monster did, like a whole evaluation thing. And I don't know if y'all knew, but Big Bang was originally only supposed to be 4. And then because of the fans' reactions, they gave a last evaluation for 2 members, which was Seungri and an artist named Jang Hyun-sun. And which, I'll be honest, like no hate to anyone, but I wanted Jang Hyun-sun because I felt that he was a different element. I don't know if you ever heard of him before.
No, I have not.
But he was really close to G-Dragon, and I think I'll just have to like send you all a link or something of him, but he's interestingly different. But Youngbae, Taeyang, I call him Youngbae just because I like that's his real name, but also it sounds cooler to me, like Bae, you know. But he's just always been really naturally swaggy. So like since the beginning. And I've actually met him before, and he's really sweet.
Nice.
How did you
very humble? So back when YG had an anniversary concert, we accidentally stayed at the same hotel. So
oh man!
But surprisingly, that scared me off. I didn't even go to them. I was like, oh my God, I'm not gonna be here. I'm gonna turn around.
Crazy.
Okay, 1080p. Did you change your mind on anything? I know you probably didn't prepare for that.
I didn't. I say no.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so you want to transition into the topics?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's your cue.
That's my cue. So, topic number 1, as an EXO comeback seems fairly imminent. Is it called EXOs? Is that how you pronounce their
XOLs? I think.
Okay. So XOLs have sent a truck to SM Entertainment Building requesting that Shen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Chanyeol.
I suck at pronunciation. There we go.
It's all good.
So, they are requesting for them to be removed from EXO. So what are your guys' Yep. Removed. They're out of here. Right? So how are we feeling about this though? Bang Bang?
I put the link
Go ahead, Bang Bang.
in the notes, right?
Yeah.
I have selective reading. Oh man! Oh, how do I feel?
Yep. You on the spot? Let's go.
Oh.
Let's get your immediate impressions.
Well, first of all, wait. So the issue is, they want the members removed because of the whole, vibes and everything from the video.
No.
Okay, so basically, women. So,
how many?
I think that's the issue.
That's actually part of allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
Yes,
we got to say allegedly.
We got to say allegedly.
We don't know for sure, but apparently, is
Chanyeol?
Chanyeol who's been cheating on supposedly, allegedly.
Yeah, everything's alleged. Everyone needs to hear that.
Yes.
Allegedly, he's been cheating on his girl, and Shin is married, so he's slowing down the comeback process. Oh, so people want him removed because they're just like, yeah, you need to go so they can put music out.
Oh, dang.
That's kind of like the argument for both members. They want both of them removed because they're slowing down the process of putting music out. So, I mean, for me, and actually when I was reading through the comments, I felt like it was more people on the side of like, nah, EXO is originally 9. We're not removing anybody. Y'all can go somewhere with that. We don't. So that just seemed to be the general consensus from what I was seeing. And I actually agree with that take. I don't think they should, obviously, if the other members felt that way, they would make that decision. But if the rest of the members are willing to hold out and wait, I think the fans should just hold out and wait as well. I don't feel like it's a life or death situation. It's not like SM isn't putting out music. NCT is dropping music like nobody's business.
Mark Lee does not know sleep.
Exactly. He might be the new member of EXO for all we
I know. He's gonna be a part of y'all soon, so you never know.
Oh my god.
We should get a Mark Lee cutout and just stand him right here.
Mark a part of TRC, that'd be wild.
I mean, he a
I
part
know, right?
But truthfully speaking, I honestly think you know, fans should be patient. It's been a while. You know, Becky just got back. Can he like get a milkshake and chill before
Right.
and, you know, get rushed into putting out new music?
Well, I think it lies with fans' expectations, because another part of that article you sent was talking about how, you know, they were in the midst of trying to get the fans hype for the comeback, but then they announced Kai's enlistment. So a lot of people were just like, oh, we wanted a full comeback. But the reality of that looking like they might not get that full comeback, they're trying to now shift that blame over to Chin and Chunyo. And I just feel like it's a lot of blame games here.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I understand that, you know, as a fandom that you may want, you know, that comeback. I mean, but we got to realize we have to look at things from a business standpoint. I know we don't like talking about numbers and businesses and all that stuff, but we got to put aside our love for the group and everything, and just be like, there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes that we're not privy to.
Yep.
And we just got to make sure that we have to at least try to understand that there's a lot of things that's beyond our control.
Right. You think Lay don't want to be part of all of this?
It's just a lot. So that's my take on the whole thing. Listen, y'all can send all the trucks y'all want to. Keep sending them. Whatever. Y'all wasting y'all money. But I'm at this point, as a fan of EXO, I'm just patient. I'm glad we got Kai's comeback and everything like that. And I'm satisfied. But I get there's another sections of fans out there that want.
I see
but
that.
me, I'm just patient. I'd rather you give me a complete body of work than pushing out something that feels rushed.
Especially, it's going to impact the group. You know, I didn't know it was this deep. So they got some things they may have to sort out as a team. You don't want them to kind of come out premature, having those things kind of linger and everybody's not in agreement with it. That could impact music in the future. So I say, man, as fans, we want to get the best of them. Let them figure that out as a group before we just say, hey, we need them hits. Because, you know, they may have to, you know, have some conversations, and accusations may have to be unproven. Like, we don't know. So give us some time and some space, and let's just see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. Like, if I wanted to be like, I don't know if this is like considered mean, but those who want them to out, I feel like that's very cult-like. And it's like, it's almost like a heartbreaking betrayal kind of feeling, because it's like, you know, these idols, they appreciate fans and will almost view us as family. So it's like, will you knock out family, you know, because they messed up? And we can insert Vin Diesel right here with family. Anytime I say family, I really just think of his face. I'm like, I hate that. But
It's ingrained. Yeah, it's ingrained.
Yeah.
Said ADP.
Oh, hell. My bad. I'll be too into the conversation.
All
right. So, moving right along. So ENHYPEN fans are currently protesting their current label, BLIF Lab. They have made demands for the choreography and Bite Me to change it to not include the female dancers due to multiple parts being quote unquote suggestive. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
I think Ace should go first since he was triggered.
That's what I'm talking about.
No. You really want me to go first?
Yes. I mean, because you didn't even want, just as context, Ace didn't even want to talk about this topic when I initially mentioned it to him. He's just like, I'm not touching it. And then when we watched the music video, he's like, I'm triggered. I want to talk about it.
I'm triggered, so I want to hear them.
I want to hear why you're triggered.
Listen, I understand that there is this kind of stigma that comes with the idol territory. I understand that, you know, it's your idol. He's yours. He or she is yours.
Right.
Nobody else's. No, it's that. I get it. But to the point where you tripping because they're dancing with somebody else, but then try to sugarcoat it and say it's because they're underage. Be quiet. No, don't try that with me. And especially when it was something tasteful. It wasn't nothing tasteless. It was all professional. It looked great. Everything. It's just like when things like this happen, I just feel like as these fans, they're not appreciating what they have given us as the artists.
Yeah.
You're just so quick to just pick shots rather than just being they probably worked really hard for that comeback, as they all do. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's more harmful to the ENHYPEN more than anything else, is the fact that as a group artist idol, you're like, oh, I can't wait for my fans to see this. I can't wait to hear their reactions. But what you get is you shouldn't be dancing with that person. And I just feel like that's just so disrespectful.
Absolutely. Yep.
And that's what I don't like. I don't like that, especially within the K-pop. I don't want to say it's everybody, because I know certain sections of the fandom, but it's just like they're always willing to pick at something rather than congratulating them and saying, "Oh, this is a wonderful comeback. We're so proud of you."
Yep.
And that's just what I got triggered about, because it's just like there was nothing to call out in that video. Nothing at all.
Nope.
It was an amazing video. So that's why I was so triggered.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. I mean, we mentioned the reaction in the last video and we couldn't remember what it was, but we got videos of people shirtless humping the rain.
Oh yeah,
humping the floor.
Oh, yeah.
And music.
Wait, what?
I can't remember what reaction it was, but
phone booth?
It was Moon something.
Yeah.
And the guy was shirtless.
I'm gonna have to go back and look at our top list, because it was on one of our top lists for one of the last
crazy.
years. Yeah.
And he was humping the floor the whole video, getting water poured on him, shirtless.
Yeah.
You know.
He helped the camera.
Yeah, because you said something about the
the
water
water was
being pregnant.
Yeah, I was just like, yo, he was going in on the water, and and this.
Now you want to know what video it is.
I don't think I've reacted to this.
It was a great song, great video.
Amazing.
But stuff like that goes far. It's okay for idols to touch each other. It's okay for our artists to stroke each other's faces and for the guys to rub each other's six packs and everything. But soon as a guy is dancing with a girl, not even doing anything crazy, like they weren't even salsa close. You know what I mean?
It wasn't forbidden at all.
Yeah, it was nothing there. Like I watched it and I was just like, you can't be complaining about this right here. And like Ace said, I understand that there's this thing with Idol, but I feel like it hurts the progression. Like we're at the point now where idols usually don't even do videos with members of the opposite sex in the videos at all, really, probably to prevent this conversation about people being mad about people dancing with people. And or people being mad about people dancing with the opposite sex. So I think it really wasn't that big a deal for ENHYPEN. Like Ace said on the last one, keep your truck money, don't send trucks, demand using choreography. Y'all can spend that money better off to promote the new single on Instagram stories or Google. You can help blast it and make the song bigger as opposed to complaining. And I'm glad the label didn't cave to the demands, and they've still allowed the performances to go out the way it was designed.
Good call.
And yeah, I'm happy for ENHYPEN. I think this is their best comeback for me. So
yeah, it's sad. I agree with what y'all have said. Like, even when I found out that there was some kind of protest or just uproar, I had to go back and look at the dance practice. I was like, there's nothing suggestive. If anything, it goes with the whole chemistry of the whole meaning of Bite Me. And as a dancer, dancing with someone is a whole different kind of challenge. And you almost had to act in a way because you had to persuade the audience that you have chemistry with this dancer. So the fact that ENHYPEN did that, that's definitely an achievement. So I was like, it's sad,
Oh, song slap. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, man. It slaps. It slaps, man. Like, I don't know. Dominoes on the table at a cookout, man. Like, I'm just a fan. I'm just a fan. I think I agree with everything everybody else is saying as well. Like, I mean, it's art at the end of the day, man. Let artists be artists, man. And plus, that song is too good, y'all.
Yeah, it is.
Breathe. Let it breathe, man. So
I think another thing that a lot of fans who get upset about that don't realize is that they've come to a point where it became subconsciously possessive. They're like for this group.
Yes.
So they try to mask it with, oh, it's underage, but no, it's just because like they see these idols as either their boyfriends in their minds or family, right? And usually within real life, when you're like, let's say you have a kid and you go to college, it's hard to accept that because it's such an abrupt change. I feel like it's the same with that. The abrupt change is too much for them to handle.
Gotta learn. Gotta accept that change.
Let it go, like Frozen.
Oh yeah.
That's everybody idol right there.
Okay, so topic number 3. You are this is the one.
Yeah, this is
Sorry. Okay, so you're a promoter that has access to everyone, past, present, and future in the K-pop industry. You have 5 spots to fill for your con that you're promoting. Shoot, there was 5?
How many did you do?
Whatever. We're gonna move on.
You made a whole 30?
No, I didn't. I didn't even try this time.
Oh, okay.
Because it was too much stress.
Okay.
Okay, so come up with a name for your con and as well tell us about the 5 acts that are performing from opener to closer. Who would like to go first?
Y'all already let me get mine on out the way.
Let's go.
We all know how this go. All right.
Let's do it.
Yeah, big weak energy with this one.
Big week?
Oh, it's not gonna be good.
Oh my God.
So I'll get mine out the way first so we can hurry up and get to y'all's. All right. So I'm gonna call my
Let's go.
K Sounds and Soju.
Hey.
We going.
He sounds soju.
We ain't going nowhere far, believe that. But this is a festival, I would imagine.
Okay.
So I want more. I know these guys will go more towards like the bigger groups and things of that nature, but I want something that can kind of encompass like pop, rap, and R&B. I want like barefoot vibes or not. I don't know. Maybe trash on the floor. I don't know, man. But I want like a more festival, fun type of vibe. Maybe all outside or something like that. So that's the type of experience I want to provide. A lot of vendors and whatnot. People selling merch, cool, hip hop, stuff like that. But so in that, I'll probably partner with J Park.
Nice.
J Park and Friends type of vibe.
Is he going on first or is he going on last?
He's not even going on. You know what I'm saying? He might just be MCing, right? So this might be J Park and Friends type of vibe.
Okay.
So I want to see Zion T. Right.
There you go.
Hey.
DPR.
There you go.
Shout
there
out,
you go.
man.
Yeah.
I want to see BI. Right.
Nice.
Jesse. Shout out.
Yeah.
And I want to close it out with IU.
Okay, interesting.
Okay.
You want people to cry at the end of the concert.
Right,
Feel them in there.
So that's my group, man.
Well, I'll follow that. I did the untraditional route as well.
That's what I'm talking
okay,
about.
because I want to go for kind of my fest is going to be called Close Your Eyes Fest. Okay. Now, if y'all don't know that term, there's this term called Close Your Eyes, Ambitious Ace Music, and it's just when I feel it, I can't just help but close my eyes, and it just takes me to a place. So I want you to be taken somewhere with my fest, and also just some artists that may not be too much popular, I guess you would say, but they are in my eyes. But it was hard to choose 5. I just want to let you know that. So I'm imagining more people with this 5 list that's going along. So if you can catch my vibe, you can probably fill in the blanks of who else will be in this. But first up, I'll have Big Naughty.
Oh.
And it's because Big Naughty is, I know people just know him from Higher Music, J Parks.
He's opening?
He's opening.
Okay.
And I know people are just familiar, a majority of people are just familiar with him because of J Park and Higher Music.
Yeah.
But his palette is so much wider than just that. And his discography is just growing to be very impressive with each and every release and feature. So I feel like that'll be a great opener for people to get more in tune with his sound.
Yeah.
Then next up, I'll have the Vita, because the Vita, y'all sleeping on the Vita. I don't care what anybody say. Everybody's sleeping on that beautiful voice, and she will just take you places. Okay. Then after that, I'll have DPR Ian.
Okay.
Because experiencing his concert firsthand was so amazing. And the way that he just took you to another visual plane of existence is just amazing. Following that, I would have BB. BB can give you the vibes, and she can take you to places too. Just straight up.
Yes.
On my list.
And then I took what you said about Future very seriously. And this is part of that Future part of the list. Closing out the show will be Dean. Because I know he's going to come back with some fire. And we've been missing Dean.
Oh my God.
We have been missing him. And I feel like he will take us to another level when he comes back. So, Dean, we are ready for you to come back.
Bravo.
So that's my fest. Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what to say. I go ahead and do my list. I'm not going to do it as grandioso because mine ain't as grandioso as theirs. Just call me the mainstream whore then. Because I'm gonna
Mainstream whore.
I'm up there with you. Y'all will see.
I'm definitely not going. I'm not going low. Small groups and people right here. Opening up. I wanted to go with one of the things I think is going to be the future of K-pop. So I'm opening up the show with Baby Monster.
Okay.
Okay.
I think since, and I'm going based off their current discography. You know, they don't really have much, but they can do some dope covers.
They will.
They might come up and do the Jenny from the Block joint. That would be pretty dope. To up the show. To follow that up, man, I got XG. I think XG could get the crowd hype. Get the crowd in the right spot. They got the right amount of songs to follow up and be right behind them. Next up, I got my guys ATs.
Woo.
We saw them perform,
I'm so jealous.
And man, they put on such a good show. Incredible singers, incredible performers. They had us, having a good time from front to end. The second before closers, right before the grand finale, I got Stray Kids. I haven't gotten a chance to see them in concert yet, and I'm pretty sure they would be a great act to open up for the grand finale, which I'm pretty sure nobody had to guess twice.
Okay.
Duh. About me. If I got a chance to book twice, that means I get to meet twice. Of course, I'm having them closing. Selfish reasons here. I love everybody, like Bang Bang says, but that's who's doing my show.
Nice.
And my con is called the Dreamcast Festival, just because I think that was one of the best video.
Okay, I like that. The Dreamcast. Nice.
So mine's is a little too conceptual because it's just like the designer mind in me, like the graphic designer mind.
Okay.
So mine's, and I'm gonna look to the side because I definitely have notes for this, but it's gonna be called the A-con. Something that makes you go A and just makes doubters think twice about K-pop. I do that's something I didn't realize I say a lot until my comments, and I was like, oh shit, I guess I do say A a lot. So they keep saying, when are you gonna make a shirt with that? So it's just a con that makes doubters think twice about K-pop. I would open it up with Big Bang because I can totally vouch that they're a very memorable put down your phone attention openers to get everyone's attention.
Nice. Yes. I like that.
For sure. Yeah. So
everybody check.
And then to follow them would be Stray Kids. Because I feel like that's an interesting jump from Big Bang to Stray Kids. And I feel like Stray Kids, they will continue that hype to keep people like, okay, I'm invested. And third, it's be a complete change since the third is the middle. I would say Boa. She's a solo.
Wow.
I feel like then it's like after you got invested, we're going to let you see the roots of K-pop.
Bring us nature.
Hey.
Yeah, the roots of K-pop because she did her debut since 13 as a soloist all by herself.
Right.
So yeah. And let me see, what did I write? Oh, fourth would be 21 because they are the first YG girl group. And for me, they were like a total game changer.
Nice.
I mean, are y'all familiar with 21?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yeah, so y'all see that they're very different with their style and their sound and just their individuality.
Yes.
Who was your bias?
They inspired a lot. Sandara, NCL. I couldn't choose between them two. I cannot choose. I refuse to. But no, they inspired me a lot during my dance years too.
Okay.
And to
Nice.
close the show off with, I would want to give the time and respect to the group that started the whole idol trainee concept, which is HOT from First Gen.
Okay.
I don't think a lot of people know enough about them. Like I
think we just
literally
discovered
HOT.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so a lot of their popular music, the ones like their title tracks are, like Candy. I'm sure y'all have heard of Candy, that everyone's covered it before. But their B-sides are very like, wait, did y'all see our Hear S class yet?
Yes.
Yes.
Y'all know
We
when
actually had a
Changbin. Oh, technical issue?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Long story.
Oh, okay. You know how it switches up to like that hip hop side for Changbin and Han's part?
Yeah.
A lot of HOT's music is like that.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah.
So maybe
And I
that
think
was
it's
them
just
paying homage to HOT?
what's that?
So maybe that was them paying homage to HOT with that?
Definitely first gen vibes there, because like a lot of first gen music was very into like the underground hip hop kind of feel. Like even groups like Jackie, which I don't know if y'all heard of. There's also Shinhwa, all first gen. They all start off like their music was all the underground hip hop kind of feel.
Okay, that
And
makes
it's
sense.
just the fact that HOT was literally like they were the first idol trainee concept group. So I feel like people, if you appreciate K-pop, you should at least know the real roots of what started it all.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
No, I'm telling you, I was like, when I saw the question, I was like, okay, I'm gonna think deep into this.
I was to say
that's beautiful. For real, like that whole lineup.
I love the name too.
Hey.
Akon. I even when I saw that, I was like, why would it be called Akon? I was like, oh, okay, something that makes you go A. Okay, I don't know if that's corny, but that's just how I feel.
That's fitting. So
Love it.
So you really didn't participate this time, 10AP?
No, that was too much stress late in the day. I got nothing. I'm like, as I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, well, I don't know who I'd want to put together because that's requires a lot of time. I'm like, I can only base it off of the people that I've already seen. And that's all I got.
Okay. I feel you.
Just only
And
been
5 is like almost too little of a number because you want to put
Isn't it?
Super little number.
I'm like 5? Yeah, I don't know. Carry on. Moving right along. Keep one, delete one.
Oh.
Back
Keep
to
one,
you.
delete one.
Oh, that was we doing that again?
Yes, sir.
Oh God.
Oh
So-
yeah. So what is this section about?
So keep one, delete one, right? I'm gonna give you two artists or two groups or vice versa. And whichever one you pick, the other one you can no longer listen to anymore in your discography, hypothetically.
Okay, I was like, not for real, right?
Like basically, if you had both people's catalogs, who are you okay with keeping, and one of them has to go, and you can't listen.
Okay.
Hypothetically. So for the first one, it's one from the last one. I just like this one. I'll just have Thina go first.
Okay, good.
New
Shout
Jeans or XG?
That could be XG.
Oh, dang.
No hezzy.
No hesitation.
It's just that whole everything I do at A1. I was like, nah, I'm sold.
Bang, bang. XG or New Jeans?
I'm just gonna say New Jeans, man. I gotta say New Jeans.
All right, this one is specifically made for Ace.
Oh my God.
Jesse or Lee Young G?
Jesse.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt,
Jesse.
Jesse.
Thina?
Jesse.
Jesse. Okay, who'd that be?
Mm-hmm. Jesse. Come on now.
Okay, 1080p.
What? No.
Itzy or Espa?
What? You know I'm just warming up to Espa.
The comments are waiting.
Oh.
The comment section
Yes,
has
they are.
bent over into their seats and ready to type.
Like never?
Yes.
What was the option?
Itzy or
Itzy or
Espa?
God.
Okay,
Okay, The one, okay, I have. I'm gonna keep Itzy.
I know you
I'm
was.
talking about.
I already knew.
Because he knows that I'm leaning on the Espa here lately. I'm like, oh, I like this.
Thina, are you? Would you keep Espa or Itzy?
Itzy for sure, because I saw them last November, and from my perspective, they are one of the best performers I've seen.
Yeah, we saw Itzy too, and it was crazy.
It was crazy.
Yeah, like they did not. I mean, they didn't only just do everything like almost perfectly, but they gave even more. Like their execution was like 150%.
Mm-hmm.
And they also interact with the crowd. So Itzy for me.
It's a
Bang Bang.
yes.
Straight Kids and NCT 127.
Oh,
Dang.
Oh my gosh.
That's just not cool.
it's tough. But if I have to choose, Stray Kids all day. Have to.
Thina?
I feel like I'm betraying NCT 127 because I've seen them and I love all their music, but I have to say Stray Kids. Just because they give, and this does not mean that NCT 127 does not give diversity or anything. It's just Stray Kids music makes a different kind of impact for me. And again, that's not taken away from NCT. So please don't get at me and citizens.
Oh yeah.
Please don't.
Yeah, this is
I love them regardless.
Bang Bang. Ace.
Ooh. As you heard it.
I'm gonna have to say NCT 127.
Hey.
No.
Yeah, because there are some vibes that I just could not live with, and I need those vibes. So I love Stray Kids. I love you.
I'm jumping in the comments.
1080p. Do you
What? I'm not in this. What was the question?
NCT 127 or Stray Kids? Keep one, delete one.
So much stress. I guess I'm gonna have to keep Kids.
Nice.
Okay. And kids. She makes both.
Yeah.
Straight
I was like,
127.
I can see Mark looking over the
Straight
comments like,
127.
well, I am in both groups.
You see? Straight 127. That's what I'm keeping.
All right, so Aslam gave this one to me last week, so I'll give it to Thina. Twice a Red Velvet.
Ooh.
Twice.
Wow.
I feel sad because I do love Red Velvet. I literally have both of their posters on each side of me. Like which one are you going to choose? But Twice, I think it's because of the fact that, and this is something that I will admit, and I've admitted to other ones is too, that when I first made my reaction for Twice with I Can't Stop Me, I was really honest. I said I did not expect for me to do anything else with Twice after that because of the label being called bubblegum pop, and that's not my genre. So I was like, but I'll give this a chance because I'm getting so many comments. And after that one reaction, I was completely sucked into Twice. I was like, I don't know what it is. They put some kind of like crack in their music. I'm
They said it
addicted.
on the reaction today. They hypnotize you.
Yeah, they really do. They really do. So yeah, Twice. But I love Red Velvet as well because of their just interestingly dark and quirky concepts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you answer this one last week, Ace?
Why would I need to answer this one? This is your question.
I
I answered it, but what?
But this is yours.
Oh, so you just copping? You ain't answering.
Gosh, don't you put me on the spot. Twice.
Twice.
Yeah, I mean, I love Red Velvet because of that, like Red Velvet sound.
Yeah.
But Twice has just Twice, man. Twice.
1080p. Did you answer this last week?
No, because it was your question.
What do you think? Twice Red Velvet.
I mean, forever, right?
Forever, ever?
Forever.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be Twice. Yeah. I love Red Velvet.
I'm more once than Dame.
Dang.
Apparently.
You chose Red Velvet, right?
Yeah, Dame that chose Red Velvet.
He did.
Yeah.
Thina, 21 or Blackpink?
Ooh.
No. Can I refuse?
That's what I'm talking about. Start changing some rules here.
I know the comment section would prefer.
Man. I have to refuse. But if I was like held at water gun point, I'd say 21.
Not water gun. I love it.
That's what I'm talking
I'm not going to straighten my hair anymore. So yeah, 21. 21. But if I had the option to refuse, I would absolutely refuse.
Ace?
Why are you looking at me? You said this was for Thina.
That was that.
Thina and Ace.
Ace. I can't be the only one to be possibly canceled in the comments.
Yeah.
I'll get y'all water guns out.
I will say this. I will say
from her
this.
5-star seat.
From this standpoint because I know like from what I have experienced at 21, they have not oh my God, this is hard.
It's tough.
Not to put Blackpink to the side or anything, but there are some standout songs from 21 and CL that I could not do without.
Oh, that's a good point.
So I would have to say 21.
Mm-hmm.
That's just
Last one, I'll start with Bang Bang.
Yo.
Big Bang or BTS?
No.
Yo.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all merge the two. Big.
BTS.
Big S.
Big
Oh.
BTS or BTS Bang?
Right? Well, if I had a water gun in my head or a marshmallow,
Marshmallow to your throat.
I would say,
The first group that had Bang Bang in their name?
I know, right?
And a song title?
I would have to say BTS though, man. Only because of the impact. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know Big Bang had a big impact.
I'm about to say, there ain't no BTS
Yeah.
without Big Bang.
But you know, BTS, man, I just like how they've been able to stay so consistent, and I was able to see them kind of grow, at least for us. So personally,
Yeah.
us seeing them kind of grow, you know, we saw all their throwbacks, we watched the show, so the type of content they're coming out with now. I'm just saying all these things so you guys don't get mad at me. but I have to pick BTS.
Thina?
Considering everything I said about Big Bang earlier, I'm gonna have to say Big Bang. And it's so hard for me to say because I freaking love BTS. It's just the times when I was still being bullied and really having a struggle of like, should I continue listening to K-pop or should I grow up and get away from it? Big Bang is what kept me in. And also, I'm really close to my sister and my cousin. What we call ourselves, I don't know if I can say this word, but we still call ourselves the VIP hoes.
Oh, shout out.
Because we say ho for everything. You know, there was like a moment in our generation where we said ho for everything, you know?
Yeah.
So anytime Big Bang would release a video, me and my sister would literally drive to my cousin's house just so we can watch it together. And we even did reactions for their still life together, which I cried, of course. So it's just the fact that they were a big impact in my life and helped me stay within K-pop and not feel embarrassed.
Dang.
That's deep.
That's
What?
Big Bang or
Why
They
BTS?
answer it too.
Man.
They answered it.
Oh gosh.
bang, bang.
I'm a Bang Bang. For me, it's BTS just because of how we seen them grow and you know, just that experience. You know, I know probably a lot of people on this channel are shocked, but I really take the fact of what, you know, each member has done in that group and just how they have positioned themselves to be in a place where they are always having a profound impact on not only music but the community and their culture as well. So I look at it as like a more than music thing.
Yep.
Just because of, you know, what they have done and just how they present themselves and how they represent each other. And, you know, they just still, you know, about each other, even though, you know, they do their own separate things right now. They're still a unit, and that's what I love about them. So
Yep.
shout out.
I'd go with Big Bang.
Nice.
Dang.
And I mean, I just think G-Dragon is an enigma on its own.
Yeah.
Aside from that, look at what Taeyang is doing right now.
Yeah.
It sounds absolutely incredible. I love T.O.P's voice. Nothing in K-pop sounds like it. It's just so incredible. And just when we watched that movie,
that was
and
amazing.
I just saw how dedicated G-Dragon was performing. He's passing out.
I can't believe that.
He just kept getting up for his part and going out performing, and then he would literally fall backstage. It's just like, bro, relax. Like, your dedication to this is unparalleled.
Yeah.
So just seeing that type of dedication, and I know other members of BTS have had their struggles and their issues too, but I just like every time we hear something from G-Dragon that I haven't heard yet, or from anything like the G-Dragon and T.O.P stuff, people telling me to check out G-Dragon albums and stuff. It's just like, yo, there's some real dope stuff here that we weren't listening to the genre yet to miss. So,
and I feel that's another thing too. Just like for us as reactors, and for people like Thina, who has like grown up with these groups, is like there's a whole bunch of factors that lie in this. So I don't want people to think that we're not considering like that, but it's just like you said, like there's so much probably that each one of us has ever heard, but I understand it has a different impact for everybody else. So I love that though.
Yeah.
Music is personal, man. It's a personal experience. So I love that answer.
No, that's very true. Like, how I was just speaking about how Big Bang I watched them grow and they were part of my life as I grew. It's like that's BTS for y'all, So again, it is personal experience. It doesn't take away from anyone. They're both great.
Right.
We are not Twitter watchers.
we
are not Twitter, please.
No.
1080p.
Right. So we have a question from
I don't know how to say that.
Atakador. That's what we're gonna run with. I had to say it real fast so that it can sound right. So who are y'all's favorite artists outside of K-pop?
Thana, you want to do that one first?
So the way I am with music, I'll have like certain eras where I like am really into this certain artist, then I move on and discover someone new. I mean, there's definitely always the classics I'll always listen to, like Aaliyah and Michael Jackson. And there's also Rihanna and Katy Perry. Such a jump, right? From Aaliyah, Michael Jackson, Rihanna, Katy Perry. But I also really like soundtracks of like Hans Zimmer and a lot of like island music. And like island music, I don't know if y'all have heard of, like specifically, I guess, Hawaiian music, but it's like just very island like. So there's like an artist named Kalohe Kai. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. And there's a person named Faya. And I've also been listening to this Filipino rock band. I'm not too sure they're still together anymore. Called Four of Spades. Very interesting music. So my genre jumps. So yeah, anywhere from Rihanna to Daft Punk as well. I love Daft Punk and Smashing Pumpkins. So it goes from everywhere.
I love the fact that she mentioned Hans Zimmer. I saw a video yesterday of a new Mercedes-Benz fully electric car, and Hans Zimmer did the sound effects for the car.
Whoa,
oh man, I'm sure it was epic then.
Oh yeah, like when you drive off, I was just like, "Whoa, what the hell?" They got Hans Zimmer to do the drive off sound in the car.
That's crazy.
Because the car makes no noise, so they got Hans Zimmer to do the sound effects.
Oh, so he's like,
but it's not just a it's like it almost feels like an orchestra, like leading you off as you drive. It's just like he did the Pirates of the Caribbean soundtrack. Oh that soundtrack is incredible.
No, Hans Zimmer music can it makes me cry.
Yeah, really dope.
Yeah.
For me, I like all genres of music aside from country music. I think I've said that multiple.
You have.
Yeah. As far as like hip hop goes, I still feel like my favorite rapper is Lupe Fiasco. I have been getting into some newer stuff. I sent Ace some R&B from an artist named Dende. It was actually really good. Never heard of him before. Really good album. Right now, let's see. Let me look at what I've been listening to. Some old Stephanie Mills has been popping up in my stuff. Stephanie Mills, man. Shout out to Stephanie Mills. Obviously, I was about to say twice, but we're not talking about K-pop.
Terrible.
See, where's the thing of stuff that you've been listening to? You remember where that section is?
I believe it's all the way at the bottom.
All
in
the
the
way at
music
the
app?
bottom.
Oh,
All the way at the bottom. Stuff I've shared.
oh, my bad.
Rory put an album out.
Yeah.
It's got
I've been
some
meaning to
really
listen
good
to it.
songs on there.
Yeah.
Eminem. I forgot to say Eminem.
Oh,
I do really love Eminem.
Eminem is great. Bone Thugs and Harmony is one of
Mhm.
my favorite groups of all time. I love Bone Thugs and Harmony. Jordan Lucas has a new dope song. I thought that was cool. Nah, that's K-pop.
You naming a lot.
Yeah, I'll throw one more out there. As far as old stuff that comes up, man, I like old Alanis Morissette.
Hey, yes. Jagged Little
I think
Pill.
Jagged Little Pill.
Uh-huh.
There you go. And I absolutely love Queen. Like I've got my daughter in love with Queen. Like songs like Best Friend, We Are the Champions, Don't Stop Me Now is probably like my favorite Queen song. They got some great records, man.
Yeah. Now my list, I really just going off to like what I can remember prominently listening to growing up, and it would always be Lupe Fiasco,
Nice.
Linkin Park.
Yes.
Shout out.
I would always cut to like anything R&B in the 2000s. That was all me.
Monica or Brandy.
Yeah.
Shout out.
No, which one, Monica or Brandy?
I would say more Brandy.
Shout out to Brandy.
I was always more Brandy. And then if I want to get into like, the late 2000s and 10s, it'll always be Kendrick and J. Cole.
Oh, of course.
No matter what. And right now, I'm always listening to Jid, Denzel Curry. And
shout out to Jitty gave Kakuna a shout out for her.
Yeah, that was dope. That was dope.
Tape.
But yeah, I mean, it's everywhere. Like my music taste is just whatever. I've been listening to a lot of lo-fi stuff.
Shout out to lo-fi.
Masego, I can't forget about Masego. I love seeing him come up just with his whole element right now. And yeah, man, just whatever piques my ear really naturally.
Yeah.
It's a wide variety of sounds. Like whatever I like, I'm listening to it.
For me, I would say audiobooks. That's
What's your favorite audiobook?
Yeah, what's your favorite audiobook?
I don't know why I did a ghost face question there, but yeah. What's your favorite audiobook?
That's a good question. There's this book I like called Tribe. It's a book about like how like when it comes to like leadership or like any kind of groups.
Your groups, yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to groups,
identify with.
There's no one like actual leader. Everybody serves a role of leadership and importance depending on like the situation. Mm-hmm. So it kind of like one of those things that kind of opens up your mind why groups are successful. It's not usually just one person. You may have a face, right? But there's other elements that's allowing that engine to completely move. That's the whole Tribe.
Nice.
Yeah.
So no artists at all growing up.
Sorry. We talking about music. All right, let's get back to it.
I'm just saying, you from Florida, so I mean,
you want me to say Kodak Black?
No, no. I know there's more.
Well, honestly, man, I was gonna say Sade. You know what I'm saying? Sade speaks to me.
Yeah.
Smooth operator.
Yeah, man. When I'm stressed out, I cut on some like Janet Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like Commodores. But really, like Denise Williams is probably something I go to a lot, man. Like I go back to the era. I feel like the old era was like
make you feel it more.
Maybe because I heard my parents listening to
That's
it.
If I was to add something to my list, it will be a lot of old era stuff. Just because I grew up with it, and anytime I listen to it, it just puts me at peace. Like
Yeah, that's totally true. I mean, like that's like why I love Michael Jackson, the Beatles, and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
But Ultimate, Lauryn Hill, I probably listened to that project so many times. Her one project, right? But I've listened to that project so many times. Like I think I know it like inside and out. But a lot of like song heavy. I think rapper wise, probably similar to what Ace mentioned. But old Kanye was big for me.
I gotta throw him in there.
Yeah, same. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like he really kicked down the door because my first and last album I ever brought was Get Rich or Die Trying. So after that, I think the genre changed, you know, like that, you know, gangster music and this for that era, it kind of switched over when Kanye West came out.
Definitely shifted.
It shifted and it kind of like opened my mind because I got jiggy with that type of era of music, but you know, I kind of wanted more from music. You know, I was a backpack rapper type of vibe guy. I skateboard a little bit growing up too. So like Lupe Fiasco, Pharrell, like all those guys are really speaking to me in a different way. But that's it. I don't want to go rambling. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to music. Music is beautiful. Though.
Yeah, this is such a broad. Like it's tough to write because I feel like I'm missing out on so many people I listen to on a regular, but those were just the ones that were just sticking out right now.
When y'all mentioned the R&B, I was like thinking back towards like the late 90s, like New Edition.
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Please include that.
Next, Casey and JoJo. Yeah. Like I grew up with a lot of that too. I think that's what a lot of my viewers don't know, that I actually have a big love for R&B.
I think that kind of seeps into my love for like what they're doing in K-pop right now.
Yes.
That whole like sound is very prevalent right now.
Especially you know who I'd be very interested in y'all listening or checking out? He's a Korean singer named Seven. I don't know if y'all have heard of him.
I think we did 1 or 2 videos. I did. I know it was one of us.
A lot of his music, I would consider it R&B, and I always want to hear what people who listen to K-pop now, what they think about him, but he's not talked about enough. So, yeah, him and then another group in YG called 1TYM, which is just called One Time. There's a singer there named Danny. He has really good solo music as well, like R&B like.
Nice. Okay.
Okay.
That was a tough question.
Let's see. Okay, so this next question is from Josh. They want to know, this is specifically for you, Thina. When dealing with lupus and everything else that you have to deal with, does it take an even bigger toll on you that you're not able to put out content when it occurs? And how does it take the time? I can't read. How long does it take to find that balance of being able to find time to make quality content and focus on your health or your self-care?
Well, I mean, lupus definitely is the biggest factor. Like lupus, if I had a boss, lupus is my boss. You know, it depends on how I feel when I wake up. Lupus is basically like the speed bumps in the road of that day for me. And it's up to how I go over them, which will determine me filming. Because I do everything myself, you know, the filming, editing, thumbnails, everything. And, you know, if I'm not feeling good, and also with the seizure disorder that I have, I can't be on the screen for too long. So I will definitely get regular migraines, and that usually takes me like a day to get over. Or if I'm stressing myself out too much, basically not resting myself, I will definitely have achy joints, which will take days to get over. Lupus gets to where it's like, if I don't feel good, I just curl up in my bed under a blanket and I'll be like that the whole day and not doing anything, not even on my phone. So the way to find balance between that is something that I've kind of began to learn to accept. Like I've always been aware that for me to live with lupus, I have to slow down. I have to know my limits. Or as Loopies say, we have to count our spoons. Like, you know, brushing our teeth, that will be a spoon. We have 10 spoons to use a day. Once you use the 10, don't overdo yourself. Okay. And I don't count my spoons all the time with K-pop reactions, so I will definitely overdo myself. But I'm aware of that. You know, I'm aware of not overdoing, but being aware of something and accepting something is a different thing. Like aware is one step, acceptance is the next. And I'm working on accepting that it's okay to slow down. It's okay to like not to get to a comeback right away, because if I'm not feeling it, it'll definitely show in my reaction, and I won't get certain things if my mind was blocked, you know?
Right.
So my balance is really just to stay aware of the fact that I am lucky to have subscribers and viewers who are very patient and understanding to what I have, and to not think that they're gonna that they're holding me at water gunpoint, you know? Yeah, like they care. And that's another thing, like that, the fact that they're not just like, we want K-pop content reactions, you know, they're like, you know, we care about your health, so just take all the time you need. So that's what keeps me here, even though I've doubted myself to continue or not, because of lupus and because of hate comments, you know, because once you're like mentally messed up, everything else is messed up. And I learned that the hard way. Like I've had to go through therapy, I think, prior to reactions. I didn't go to therapy for reactions or anything. But what I've learned from like, okay, also another thing that actually got me into reactions was because of me seeing my therapist virtually throughout the pandemic. And I would complain to her a lot about stuff in my personal life. And then she was like, okay, I'm gonna leave you some homework. After our session, before I see you again, I want you to just take 10 photos. And I was like, okay, 10 photos of what? And she was like, just anything. And then after we got off, I was like, man, my therapist sucks. Like I was telling her about this. Why does she want me to do photos? But it took time for me to realize that she was trying to tell me that I've steered away from who I am, which is my artistic side. So that actually steered me into making reactions. She's like, you're running away from the things that you love. You graduated graphic design. You were a dancer, and now you're trying to manage a bakery, and you're pissed off about other people's problems because you're not focusing on yourself.
That's a good ass therapist.
That just,
yeah. So I saw her last year when I told her my reaction. I showed her my play button and everything. She actually started crying. So I was like, it was because of you. Like you steered me to this.
No, that is extremely powerful because you don't really stop to like look at what you can do. Like, like I could be doing this, I could be doing that. What am I doing with my time when I was just doing this earlier? But I'm not like that. Just hit me. Like, wow, those are some good words.
I quit my job.
I know.
Well, and that's what I was thinking about my prior job. Like, it was just like, why are you stressing yourself out of this? You can put your talents to something else.
1,000%.
And like y'all was telling me, like, man, you can do this, you can do that. Try to get that. And it's just like, oh yeah, you can do that. I can do that. So that's really good. Shout out to your therapist. That's powerful.
Yeah, that's like, I always share that story because of the fact that it got me to where I am, but also I would hope that would inspire others to do what they want to do. Like I'm sure y'all can relate to this, but having a YouTube channel and creating content is terrifying. It's terrifying because you're putting yourself out there to be judged. And no matter what you say, and if there's a right or wrong, no matter what you say, you will always be wrong because they have a certain agenda to get to, a certain narrative. And if you put them in their place, they'll block you or they'll just send their friends at you.
Yep.
Yeah. So
people are judgy monsters too. Need it, like especially like depending on how they're feeling. It may not be a personal thing. They just could be having a bad day and just want to throw something out there. So we don't know because just seeing it from a screen. But I'm sorry, my heart is filling up right now, man.
I mean, no, that's why I also try to not get too mad at hate comments. But I mean, like me as an INFP, I will definitely react emotionally first. But when logic kicks back in, I'm like, I try to put myself in the perspective of someone who would say something so mean. And I've been there before in my past. I'm like, how was I then? I was really messed up then. So I try to feel for them. I try to not get on them. I try to not cuss at them. I just try to be like, I hope you have a better day.
Yeah.
What's an INFP?
Personality.
Yeah, MBTI. Introvert, intuitive. Just basically, I'm a very emotional person. I react emotionally first because of like I'm emotional about what I'm passionate about, I guess you can say, and definitely an introvert.
Okay, it's like a personality test.
Yes. Yeah. The website's called 16personalities.com. You answer a pretty good amount of questions, and then what it gives you, it's actually pretty scary how on point it can be about you. And sometimes that can change. Like my partner, I had him take it, and he oddly had 2. And at that time he was the way he was then, and then he retook it, and he ended up being just that 1. And are y'all familiar with Star Wars?
Yes.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yes.
So yeah. So I'd say his two personalities, like he was Anakin and then Darth Vader at the same time. Like one recognized the good and evil, the other one just gave in.
Oh.
But now he's Anakin prior
That's good.
to
I was gonna ask.
Darth. I did not want him to go to the dark side. So
Great.
Oh, sorry. Y'all be twice in me. That's what, okay, so this meant wait. Okay, so this is from Christian. What are your favorite and least favorite mispronunciations of your name?
Okay, both are kind of funny to me. Favorite is Thina. And like the one somebody, I forgot who it was, they were like blah blah blah, and they're like Thina. And then I laughed. I was like, I wish I was Thina. I just found that funny. Like I was like, that's my favorite way of mispronunciation. And least mispronunciation would be Thina, because that sounds too much like something that starts with the. I used to get I used to get joked at in high school with the pronunciation Thina. So I guess I would say that'd be my least favorite, but it doesn't trigger me anything. It still makes me laugh.
Oh,
that's a good one.
Yeah, shout out to Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting question for sure.
So D wants to know team pineapple pizza or nah.
that's a good one.
Yes.
D actually asked that. Yo.
That's a very funny question. I actually love these kind of questions because they're so random, but also so personal, like personable. So yes, it would be yes for me. I love pizza, and I don't know. I'm not pizza. I love pizza, but I love pineapple, and I don't know if this sounds gross, but I can even eat pineapple with like rice and tofu.
Hey,
I never tried it, but it sounds good.
I can see
delicious.
that. I can see that.
It's kind of like a Southeast Asian flavor. So
yeah, I can see that. That makes sense.
As long as the pizza is, I'm perfectly fine with it.
Yeah.
I mean, 1080p.
Why wouldn't the pizza be baked?
I'm just saying.
What kind
It'll
of
be a Lunchable.
pizza are you eating that's not
When I
cooked?
first met 1080p, I had never had a pineapple pizza before.
Yeah. It's
So
delicious.
she ordered it. It was like pineapple pizza and ham or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
something.
Yeah, classic.
That's whatever they saw. It was amazing. And
like Hawaiian.
Hawaiian
Yeah,
pizza,
yeah.
Papa John's. Tastes incredible. And even the one with barbecue sauce is amazing too.
so
Shout out
good.
Yeah.
Shout out to Papa John.
Is that a yes for everybody for pineapple?
Oh,
yeah.
Pineapple energy.
Oh,
over
yeah.
there.
All the time.
I was just curious. I didn't know if anybody was going to say no to this.
No.
Carry on.
That would cherry Pepsi or Coke.
Yeah, that works.
Pepsi.
Mine was vanilla, but yeah.
Another question. Okay, so Oliver wants to know what are things that non-dancers should look for in choreography that will help appreciate the performance.
Yeah, I ain't got no insight on this one. That's all you.
All you, Thina.
I would definitely say the thing to look for is musicality, execution, and expression, and not just their face, but in their body. I would suggest to look past the outfits, as swag as they can look past the outfits, because you don't want, like, basically outfits can sometimes be covering the real magic of dance for me, and especially look past the popularity of a song. Like sometimes a song will be so popular and people will just they won't look past that. They'll be like, oh, this choreography is so awesome. But I would say to look at a musicality and think of the intention of the moves. Hold on. I know I wrote examples. Where are they? Okay. Stray Kids, Thunderous. You know how they do the that, and they do that sorry gun, whatever. Throughout the whole music video, you see kind of like this energy fireball going around. So when they do this, so this is like the moves are almost like acknowledging the power that they have. They can put it out, they can bring it back up, they play around with it. So they move that energy in their hands as they're moving. So I really love that. And there's also Taemin's move. Are y'all familiar with Taemin's move?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone does. But when I first saw that, I was like, I wish I didn't make, I wish I made reactions then, because I probably would have drooled because my jaw was dropped the whole time, because the beginning of the song is like a growing kind of darkness, and then right when it hits the chorus, that's when the music starts. So you would think that that's when the chorus goes off, but all of a sudden he just does this controlled, intricate sway. So the balance of that and the music coming in, and then the engagement towards the camera, it kind of just keeps you so entranced. You can't move.
Yeah.
So I just felt like the balance of that is just beautiful. And people just think, like, they'll watch and be like, oh, he's just swaying. It's like, no, there's a difference with swaying and controlling the movement. And that's Taemin. And I'm definitely going to be praising Taemin because he's one of the best. I don't even say this. My channel, people know that. I don't say best a lot. But if I were to say best, I would say Taemin. He's one of the best performers ever. Like, he is not just an idol. He is such a freaking good dancer and performer. He gives it his all. Like, I lost my mind when I saw his advice choreography. So good. It's like it's art. And the way the choreography flirts with the musicality of the song, it brings parts of the song out for me that I didn't recognize. You know, like the whole second chorus when he goes ta 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 ta. Holy shit. Yeah. So I would definitely say to look for why the move is happening on and what it's happening on. I think that's what makes
this is out of left field and it wasn't planned. I see it talked about. I saw it talked about on Reddit. I was gonna add it as a question. But no comparison, Ja. Everybody in the comments, relax. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's no comparison.
Oh God.
From your dancer eyes, what do you see as the differences between the way Momo dances and the way Lisa dances? Like Momo from Twice and Lisa from Blackpink. This was like a heavy conversation and on Reddit, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like people were talking about why they liked each one. I was like, man, that's an interesting.
So they were having a civilized conversation.
Of course, it wasn't civilized.
Oh, okay. The way you made it sound like it was civilized.
I don't want to have that debate. I just want to know if she could think of anything that she sees different in the way they actually move, as opposed to that argument they were having on Reddit.
So between Lisa and Momo, skills wise, performance wise, I cannot choose between either or. They're both just, they're up there with Taemin for me as some of the best performers I've seen. The difference for me between the two is the aura, because Momo is very powerful in her performance, powerful, like boss powerful, and Lisa, she's very swaggy, powerful. She has a very swaggy, I'm flirting with you kind of aura. Momo is a perfectionist. Momo is perfectionist and powerful. Lisa, the same, right? But she's very swaggy and flirty in her movement.
Dang.
I like that.
Oh God, damn.
Yeah, that
like y'all have seen her Lily film. That's completely different styles, and she kills each one of them. And then Momo has her melody project where that was just perfect. I had no. Like, you know how you can always point out something that you feel like could have been better? Momo's melody project was like just powerful. I had nothing bad to say about that.
Not to turn this into Super Twice Fest, but did you see Joe's melody project?
Oh my gosh, yes. That's when I really started to notice her, because at the time I was still getting into Twice. And I only knew Momo, or knew of Momo and Nayeon. And then when I saw Gio's melody project, I was like, whoa, she is a performer. Like, she's a natural performer. And then I watched their show 16 on my Patreon, and then I see where she started, and they were being really harsh on her in the beginning.
They really
were. Seeing where she is now, like, she's really fought past all that. But yeah, Gio is a natural performer.
Really because like I remember one of the producers telling her she was too fat, and then after that, like they told her cheeks were too chunky. And they were having to take a group photo, and she kind of was trying to hide behind everybody. And they're like, why are you hiding? Like, it's like you just talked her down.
Yeah.
And you're asking her why she's hiding behind everybody. Like, I hated watching those clips and stuff.
Yeah, that's a tough part in being a dancer too. I mean, because being an idol, you have to be a dancer as well. And a good thing, the times right now are way different. But when I first started dancing, I actually got comments from certain people that trained me, and then they would tell me that people would say, why are we were called the Marvelous Girls, because it's Marvelous Motion. So it's somebody apparently has said to someone, why are the Marvelous Girls fat? And then the reason why I was bullied when I was young is because I was thicker, like I just bigger bone than most, I guess, Asians back then, like when we were younger. So then when I heard it again from somebody who was training me, that actually triggered a big ED in me, and I lost 46 pounds in like 3 months, and that actually got me really sick. So luckily the times now are more about acceptance and realizing that we're not robots, like we're all going to have different bodies, and that's okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
ADP is invested, y'all.
100%. Sorry. Okay.
Louise.
Okay. So next we have a question from Anonymous. If you could do a choreography video with one idol or choreographer, who would it be?
Bailey Salk, hands down. She's the one that choreographed Shung,
Yep.
She choreographed a lot for Taemin, for a lot of people, but her and Lee Jung and I don't know how to pronounce his name, Anje, basically the one who choreographed ATEEZ's choreography.
Yeah.
Their styles are just so cool. Like I don't know anything other to say but cool, because they're so intricate, but they're so swaggy at the same time, which is almost ironic, because when you're swaggy, you're more of a freestyle. When you're intricate, you're more structured. But they find the perfect balance of both for me. And they really show just so much control in their execution. And but while showing personal flair, like their own aura. Hence Shung. Like even if you watch Taeyang and Lisa dance, they dance differently, but they move together. And that's another reason why I also love ATEEZ as a dance group too. When I watch them, because I've trained in LA before and I'm very familiar with LA dancers and stuff, when you watch ATEEZ, you can tell that they were trained in LA, because they have something, just that extra swag about the way they move. Like when you see them off stage, they're like these, like for me, they're way younger than me, than us, I think. So they're just like these cute boys. But when they go on stage, they're like
animals.
Dance demons. Yeah, they're crazy. Yeah, they tear up the stage, and it's just like
some pirates.
Kind of feel.
And if it was an idol, who would you want to dance with too?
Taemin.
Okay.
Although I probably won't catch up with him, and I'll probably die a quarter in. I'll live up that first quarter. So, but Taemin for sure. Taemin, Lisa, I would definitely love to dance with Lisa. Momo for sure. Yeah, Taemin, Lisa, Momo.
Nice.
All together. Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
For me, if it was a choreographer, it'd be Bailey Salk too. I've been stalking her Instagram. I've been trying to get an interview with her. Hopefully that can happen. I've been
that'd be so sick.
Everything. Let's see if that happens. But anyway, aside from her, if it was an idol, I'd actually want it to be Chaeryeong from ITZY. I think she's such a good dancer.
Good, yeah.
And anytime I watch videos of ITZY, they always tell her to teach other people the choreography. And I take that as a sign of like, yeah, she's the person that knows the move, where the arms are supposed to be, and everything. So, and I like Chaeryeong. She's my bias in ITZY. So I would want to be, if I had to pick an idol, I'd pick Chaeryeong.
I can't think of a choreographer, but I can think of an idol. If it was the first one that came, and if I had any dancing rhythm in my body,
there we go.
No, it wouldn't be Taemin. It would be J-Hope.
J-Hope? Okay.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Just his energy and just the life that he gives. I want that energy that he has. I want that to radiate off to me. So it would be J-Hope. I mean, Taemin, of course, but like
I can see a moderator removing your shallow tag from Discord. Right
no,
now.
It's just I have such like a high level of respect for Taemin that I don't even think that's like a dream. I wouldn't match with him.
I would choose.
So I would think when it comes for vibes, I could vibe with J-Hope. That's just what I'm saying. Because
J-Hope and Jimin, they both are crazy in BTS. Okay, now that I'm gonna add them too. I was like, how dare I forget them too? Those two for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I can't think of a choreographer neither. But he says for idol, I would choose maybe Rain.
Okay.
Rain.
You know what I'm saying?
You gonna dance with
No,
your shirt off,
I've
too?
seen him in real life too. And Rain is like more my age, so he's definitely the one that I can say he's fine without feeling like I'm gonna be questioned.
That's what I'm
But
talking
no,
about.
Rain, he is very just natural. I remember growing up, and when he first started, all the mothers loved him. Like he was younger, and he was just the hot thing. Like back then they would put him against Seven, the dancer that I told y'all about. Which with them, it's kind of like how I feel about Lisa and Momo. They're both really good, but in their own ways. Like Rain was in JYP, and Seven was from YG, so you can see the difference.
Okay, all right. Nice.
So, what is your favorite and least favorite part of being a reactor?
Ooh, dang. Yeah, this was a good one to close off with. Favorite part is the community and seeing the continuation of the continuation and growth of something that basically saved me from when I was 15 to almost 40, like just seeing the growth of K-pop. Well, back then I called it Korean music, but right now it's branded K-pop. But just that, the community, I always say that's probably my favorite part. And least favorite part is obviously going to be the judgment from strangers and just the boldness, the amusing nonsense from the faceless keyboard warriors that know that it's a one-way thing with them. They know that we can't reply back. So that it amuses, but it also can get to the point where it annoys me. So again, my INFP side would be triggered. So and then that would ruin me. Like sometimes I'll be like all set up and ready to react. Then I will see the one comment and I shut all my lights off, take off my makeup. I'm like, all right, nah, I'm not going to even try to react because my mood is ruined. All I'm going to think about is that comment and what I would say if it was in real life, But I don't get hate comments very often. Like 99.99% of the time, everyone's really kind. So it highlights the whole favorite part of being a reactor.
Bang bang.
Yeah.
I mean, we know you love everybody.
Oh, I love everything. Big fan of everything. Shout out to everything. But I would say my least favorite part. Let me just throw something out there. Maybe us having to wait. Sometimes we have to wait for certain songs.
You took mine.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes we have to wait. So for us, we want to be able to provide like that initial reaction. So we can't really. We have to dig in after the fact. So if, miss a week or we miss the artist, we kind of have to wait, or if you're ace, you just go ahead and watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Putting that a few times.
I think we're up to two hands now.
Oh god.
Yeah, but outside of that, I mean, I agree. Just the community, which makes it so cool. They kind of suck you in and they just don't let you go, which is so dope and something I appreciate. So that's me.
Yeah, I go ahead. I'll let you get last, Ace.
Okay.
You're the new villain, so you get to go. So just to pick something different from Thina. The thing that I don't like the most now is okay. Let's go with the thing I like most now, and then I'll circle back. The thing that I like most is that I feel like things are starting to change. We kind of just started a Reactors Lounge Discord where it's like kind of just a couple reactors in there right now. Hopefully we could expand it and get more reactors in there so we could kind of just conversate and keep it friendly because, sometimes we do a reaction, you want to go in a room and vent.
Hey, don't tell them that. Don't tell them that. Don't tell them that.
Yeah. But, just to talk to people that can relate to like what you're doing day to day, the stress, the stress of having to pump out the content and like sometimes people don't see it like like my daughter's sick right now and we got to do this, we got to knock all of this stuff out, we got to do like 10 other videos and then we got to do a couple other videos for Patreon and stuff like that. Trying to study, he's trying to do things, everybody's busy. And I switch that to the thing I don't like, then I get in the comments, where's the so-and-so, where's the so-and-so? It's just like yo, trust me, if we could have did it already, it would have been done. Sometimes it is like, hey, how y'all miss one us? Like, damn, I mean, I checked. I must have missed it.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Yeah.
got 10 out of 11 done. We missed one. Can we get credit for that?
Yeah.
You know, but you know, I mean, I understand it's part of the job at this point. But you know, and one more thing that I don't like, I just don't like the fact that people think we're just making so much money from reacting to videos.
that and when you tell them copyright claim, they still come back and repeat. It's like, I guess you don't know how to read. Like, yeah, like I had a comment argue passionately at me saying that I'm lying, and they were like, we looked up your channel on Social Blade. I was like,
do not believe Social Blade.
I was like, wait, what? And I was like, what? That's how I even discovered what Social Blade was. I looked it up and I saw my salary. I was like, I wish.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They do show the salary.
Yeah, your channel
my salary.
This amount. It's just like, you guys don't understand. Everything gets copyright claim.
Yep.
And it's just like we don't even fight it. Don't even. It's just like, yeah, go ahead, artists that we're reacting to, take everything.
Yeah.
You know, we don't. You know, what we get is usually from the Patreon and people that decide to tip on videos and stuff like that. We're not raking in the dollars. All of us, or at least all of us here, going to a job on Monday.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
If we were really rolling in the dough, that wouldn't be the case. But you know, I just would, and it just, you know, we didn't get an SM check. You know, that's why Ace trashed the ESPA video.
Dang.
Apparently, according to comments. You know, we got a check from Hybe. That's why the ESPA those things. And I don't know if people are just trolling or if they really believe these things, but since we see the comments quite frequently, I assume people really believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm gonna piggyback a little bit off of Bang Bang said. The fact that you know, sometimes we do have to wait, and I get the notifications. Where's the Stray Kids reaction? Stray Kids? XG just dropped. Where y'all at?
Yeah, where y'all at?
Where's it going? It's just like,
we only record on Sundays.
We only record on Sundays. Y'all should know this. We say it, but that does get a little annoying. But other than that, I would say one thing is like, just, it's not so much of our views, but our retention.
Ooh.
Annoys me a lot, because our style here is, you know, we check out the video. We try not to pause, and we give most of our thoughts at the end of the video. And what kind of triggers me is when, for example, like we were talking about ENHYPEN, the concept trailer, you judge your opinion based off what you see during the reaction, but you don't stay to listen to our analysis at the end. That irritates me.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, watch the full video, get a full taste of what we were critiquing, you know, before you go in the comments and just write stuff. I mean, now it's getting to the point where it's like, I'm not really like focused on it, but anytime I do see those analytics, it does kind of bug me, because it's just like, for the people that stay, shout out. I love that y'all stay to the end of the video,
seriously.
and always, you know, comment on the stuff that we talk about. And it's just like, my mind goes to the users, like, do you see the people in the comments talking about or replying to what we said after the video, but you still comment at the 1 minute and 15 second mark?
Yeah.
It's not even done yet.
I know, right?
So that is the only thing. But I would say,
if you didn't jump out of your chair when LeSeraphine pulled the wing off of her back at the exact moment.
But a good thing that has come out of it is just, I just love sharing the similar interest everybody likes. You know, what I get a kick out of really is, I get a lot of comments is like, yo, I'm vibing just like Ace is. I love the way Ace reacts to stuff, and he's always so into it, because I've been told growing up that I'm always too much and too expressive. Like, when I like something, I show it. That's just me. And when I don't like something, I show it. And that's just me. But like, I really enjoy reading those comments of like, because that's just how I naturally am.
Yeah.
I mean, my wife all the time, just like, oh, he over there, he's vibing. She'll come home and I'm just sitting there. You know, that's just me. That's just, so like, when everybody makes the comments about like the bobbleheads, and that's just naturally how I am. I just bob, you know. So it's you know, the lows and the highs, but they end up balancing themselves out in the end.
Can I piggyback off that, man?
Yeah.
I be loving some of them comments, dog.
I thought you blind in the comments.
Well, when I'm not legally blind to the comments, you know what I'm saying? I be enjoying it. Sometimes they, it's like they kind of know us in some aspects. So, sometimes they'll call each one of us out and say, "Oh, this is some ambitious Ace type of vibe," or "Oh, I went Dame on this one. Their musicality wasn't where it's supposed to be," and things of that nature. Like, I do like when they really connect with us, like in the comments, and like sometimes, like we'll even see comments when we go live, which I love when we go live.
Yeah.
But we'll see some comments when we go live, and it's like they'll say things that sound like us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, I would have said that.
Yeah.
So that interaction, although sometimes it could be on the negative side, but there's a whole lot of it, well, sometimes on the positive side as well. It's like it's really good fuel. Like, we really appreciate the love, and when the ones that do stay and they'll mention something that we might have said in the comments, like, "Oh, that was hilarious" at timestamp. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, like they'll realize what, like, your input.
Yeah.
And I do have one more thing that wasn't on the list, but there was a comment for you, Thina, on our Patreon from Craig Moore. They didn't have a question, but it was just a comment, and they wanted to let you know, don't let the people who critique your work drag you down. I know it's hard, but just note that there are a lot of us out there that support her and her work, and please don't let the worst parts of the internet destroy your joy and pride in what you produce.
I so appreciate that. Like, again, that sounds cliche, but it doesn't mean that it's any further away from the truth, like, for people to think about saying stuff like that, it does, again, sounds cliche, but it is the fuel that keeps me going. Another thing that I will admit, this year, many times I thought about quitting. I thought about just moving on. I just thought, this is getting too much for me, until I came again with the whole acceptance of needing to slow down, but also a lot of people just still cheering me on. And understanding. And that has actually gotten me a lot more comfortable in my reactions. Like, before, the beginning of my reactions, I would have, I definitely have makeup on now, but I had a lot more on. I would do a lot more with my styling, and I would be like sitting up straight. And versus now, I'm like, I don't care that everyone sees my stank faces. Like, I have stank face central. That's just how I react. And I like that people like that. They like seeing the real me, I guess you can say. But yeah, what's your patron's name again?
Craig Moore.
Craig Moore. Thank you so much for that. I honestly really appreciate it a lot. It helps me not give too much energy where it shouldn't be anymore. I will definitely react, because I can't react to it initially because I can't help it. I'm human, but I will control my energy to go away from that. And it's because of comments and people like y'all. And y'all for including me in this really fun podcast. This is my second only podcast ever. My first one was with the Cambodian influencer, because at the time I had hit 50K, and we were on there, talked about my lupus, but also about like my identity as a Cambodian. Well, I'm Cambodian Chinese, but I grew up Cambodian heritage, our culture. So, but this podcast, it's about K-pop, and it's about people who feel what I feel, being a reactor, So I was like really looking forward to hearing y'all's perspective and stuff. And then the questions about the EXO and ENHYPEN stuff. Another thing I want to say now that I'm getting to it, because in the beginning, I will admit I was a little nervous, because that's just how I am. But now that I'm opening up, the fans who get pissed off about the EXO and ENHYPEN stuff, and I said that it's like kind of subconsciously possessive, is definitely also jealousy. And I think whether they want to admit it or not, and I can't say that for everyone, like, I don't want to generalize, but from my experience as being someone who's into K-pop, their first gen group named Shinhwa, they had a performance for their song called Deep Sorrow. And that was the first time, like, I was obsessed with Shinhwa. And they had female dancers, and it was tasteful, but I felt jealous. But I didn't go and protest and pay trucks. That's a lot. That's extra. I'm not that kind of extra. But I felt jealous, but then I was like, why? Because I'm never going to marry them. And I also got tested with Seven, because Seven is also one that I always used to joke and say, if I could marry any idol, would be Seven. Back in the day. And he had a music video for his song called La La La. And he literally kisses an actress there. And then it was like a knife through my heart. But then I was like, wait, I'm never going to have a chance with him, nor I don't even know what he's like in real life, you know?
Right.
So it's like, just the older I got and the more experience I got in my life, the more I came to realize, wait, why am I pissed off at that for? It's art. Art is subjective. So I think the fans who are pissed off at stuff like that, I don't know. I can't speak for like the culture in Korea and South Korea because I'm not, Korean or live there. But so I can't speak on culture, but I probably think it could possibly be from fans who are young and have not had enough life experience yet to come to awareness. Like, I'm not really going to marry ENHYPEN. I'm not really going to marry EXO. So, like how y'all said earlier, it's about like that whole thing is almost like sugarcoating what they really feel.
Right.
But again, it's not generalizing. It's just a possibility.
I'm just wondering. I'm wondering how y'all get all the money for these trucks, man. Where do y'all get money for these trucks? Like,
Right?
gosh. And the truck can just sit there without getting towed?
Apparently, they send more than one truck too.
Multiple trucks.
That's crazy. And I'm still like making different emails for free trials of DoorDash.
Facts.
And I really just at some point I hope the idols feel comfortable feeling like they can date and be regular. Like they have to literally sneak out and wear like M16, not M16, MI6 outfits.
Oh, okay.
With the
Out to a
sunglasses.
date
Right.
with sunglasses,
All
scarves
black.
around their face.
Oh my
And if
God.
they get pictured on the roof, that could be the end of their career.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't
Yeah.
even be
Yeah.
like you don't like some of these idols, like they're in their 30s and they've like never been seen with somebody that they're possibly dating because that could be it for their career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's fair. Like they should be able to, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a Westerner and Western artists are dating and stuff.
Right.
Wow.
I'm just
West.
saying, like, as people.
Yeah, it's just as humans. It's
Yeah,
just like
humans,
you're going
like-
to talk to somebody.
Yeah, you
Hold
can't
on. Yeah.
you can't get over certain things if you don't actually get through it. If you don't actually
Right.
experience it, like,
If it's really dating Jenny, then let it be.
Listen.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
yeah,
And if
right.
In some cases, that makes the music 10 times better.
Oh,
Right.
experience.
Once they go through that experience,
Come on now.
For
woo, you go
sure.
get an album after a breakup.
After the breakup.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I need that breakup music now.
Right. People
Nah,
didn't like
like-
Happy Mary Blige. They only
Nah.
wanted I Got My Heart Broken Mary J. Blige.
Right.
So just imagine a Jenny with her heart broken singing a heartbreak song. Like
Oof.
it's gonna make you feel it on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for
Life
sure.
really life imposes on your music and then carries through.
You need that.
Yeah, and your experience in general. Like, are y'all familiar with the show Lost?
I
Yeah.
haven't watched it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. When I first watched it, I watched it as it was and it was good, but I rewatched it last year actually, the whole thing, which took dedication. But it hit me completely differently because of the life experiences I've been through. Like certain examples that they have on there. And that applies for anything, like movies or shows.
Right.
Things
Yeah.
Right.
differently with life experience. So I think people who make those kind of harsh judgment or whatever, I think it's just because they don't understand. People always reject the unfamiliar.
Right.
Yeah.
Facts.
So Thina, man, thank you so much for joining us. You're definitely welcome to come back anytime you
Oh,
want to.
Anytime.
Oh, I am so down to talk about a lot more stuff. Like if I didn't have to think about, I need to write my maid of honor speech, I would be down to like talk more. But yeah, no, I'm so down to come on the podcast again. I'm actually, whenever I got hit up to ask or join the podcast, I was really happy because I was like, I can just talk and vibe, instead of just only talking to a camera, like I can actually talk to people. So and people who feel me.
It's like they're talking back to me. Oh,
Oh,
my
yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Dang, how do I react? Like that's what I was like nervous. I was like,
Yeah.
come on, let's let go. They feel you.
I know we had mentioned trying to, I don't know how we'll coordinate it, but we had talked about trying to do a podcast with everybody that was on the Tune Trials together because I think that would
Oh, that'd be sick. Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
So if we could figure out how to coordinate the time, because K-pop Prince is all the way on the West Coast, your hour off, and Differently Alike is 5 hours ahead.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
5 or 6 hours ahead. Well, I mean, I think we could figure it out because Sunday seems to be a good day for everybody.
Eventually, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about that. It's just the logistics behind setting it up. That's what I'm.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's gonna be the nightmare. Trying to get the audio to sound.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, most of our subscribers are following you already. But for those that may not be, where can they find your stuff?
I mean, I do have a website, OGKPOPSTAN.com, but if y'all don't really care for websites, that's kind of outdated now. People just have socials, you know? So my YouTube is OGKPOPSTAN, and all my socials are OGKPOPSTAN98. And people also, another thing I want to say is 98 is not the year I'm born. It's the year that I started listening to music.
Okay.
Because people will still be like, why do you say you've been into K-pop since 98? Like, you were just born. I'm like, I mean, I'll take that as a compliment. I'll take it as a compliment. You know, my skincare must be working. But no, I was born in 1983. I started in 1998. So.
Oh, man.
And also tell everybody what your Patreon account is so they can go.
My Patreon is also OGKPOPSTAN, just like my YouTube. And that's where I definitely let loose a lot more. I'm not, like, sometimes I'll literally just wake up and be like, I look like a mess, but I'm ready to start this K-drama. Like, you know, I'm a lot more chill there.
Right. It's great.
Yeah, but thank you so much for doing this. Thank you for doing it.
Welcome, and thank you for having me.
You were great on the Tune Trials. That was a lot of fun.
Yes.
And hopefully we could get everybody a shot to redeem themselves at some point.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I need to redeem for sure. And I also need to not cheat. I'll try my best to not cheat next time.
Oh, extra credit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, checking your answers.
There we
go.
Right. Yeah. No, but thank you for having me. And 1080p, thank you for helping with everything as well.
You're my spirit animal.